track again. Six years ago that remix was made, dude. 6 fucking years ago. And the game is finally out. Today, we are playing Kill Cure Beautiful Vice, which is Danganronpa. Run it anyway. Tab over to OBS. I love that all of the fangans are dropping the Danganronpa moniker. I think that's really funny because, like, are you ashamed? Do you forget your roots? It's still Danganronpa. It's still Dangle Popper. I think that's really funny. Anyway, we're playing Danganronpa.
Greetings! I am your new counselor.
You are?
You deserve to die.
Damn, okay. That's
You
mean.
are a shallow, impotent little creature, incapable of humility or introspection.
I know next to nothing about this game now.
Spite and deceit are matched only by your cowardice, your ignorance, your attention-seeking.
Is that Junko? She has, like, the
Your
Junko
life
nails.
is defined by superficial relationships and uninspired dreams, all of which will slowly wither away under your own self-importance. What? What do you mean I'm being unnecessarily cruel? Oh, this is how I speak to all of my clients. Then why the hell are you here? If you don't want to listen to my gracious advice. Ah, I see. That killing game story. I remember now. I doubt there's much therapeutic merit in allowing you to bear witness to what can only be described as a massacre. Nevertheless, I have never been one to deny the client's request.
This takes place after the killing
Very
game.
well then. I will give you what you see. Don't be misled by my boorishness. This tale does hold a very personal significance for me. It was the day that I realized the futility of words. The price of ambition and the cruel
The futility of
death.
words. That's an interesting way to take it.
Locked in a prison where no voice could reach, I lost everything. So many harsh lessons, all taught by that man. I only hope that by the end of this journey, you too will be able to separate the fragility of delusion from the harshness of reality. Let us begin then. A tragedy that sings of virtue and vice, of solitude and sorrow, of the beautiful and the hideous. Like many such tales, this one begins with the dull and incessant monologuing of an irrelevant.
I can't believe it. No, I don't want to believe it. Not the voice coming out of the speaker, not the bright lines of text, and certainly not the hastily taken mugshot of a cold, undisciplined expression frozen for all time to see. Breaking news!
Tokugawa Academy headmaster Hiroharu Yotsuka was arrested in Otsu last Saturday on manslaughter charges. According to the Shiga Prefectural
the headmaster was arrested?
A researcher was accused of endangering his students during a secretive experiment. Yotsuka reportedly forced students to participate in dangerous tests to maintain their scholarships. The most recent of which resulted in several injuries and one death. He has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of manslaughter and 2 counts of reckless endangerment. The trial will be held on...
This can't be it. What am I supposed to do now? All those promises you made, those speeches, those empty platitudes about virtue. Was all of that for nothing? I know I didn't work hard enough. I know I haven't been the best, but I really thought that you were going to pull through for me. And I would finally have something to work towards. This can't be the end. Please. Please don't let this be the end. I want to be...
Did you worship him?
I have to be. I need to be an ultimate.
Oh, you're so, not talented.
This is the end of the line for you. And here, I thought I'd be looking forward to this day. But even with everything I've done, it still wasn't enough. I was betrayed. Once again, I was so involved in your dream that I ended up shouldering your sin too. This time will be the last. I finally know what I have to do. The new generation, the future, they will be the key. They will be taught the true meaning of vice, and the rest of the world.
Hey Siri, define vice. Immoral or wicked behavior?
I'll begin with the person you value most. Enjoy the show, Mr. Predecessor.
Mr. Predecessor. In my head, it's like it's about to explode. It's so dark, my eyes feel like they're on fire.
Caress me.
Sorry. Where am I? I wouldn't as my eyes slowly adjust to the light. This place doesn't look familiar. I seem to be on a desk of sorts, son.
Caress me.
God, where is that sound coming from?
I don't remember my alarm being able to speak. It must be coming from here. A tape recorder.
Caress me. Now!
Fine, I get it.
Somewhat apprehensively, my weird hand itches forward and presses the button.
Rise and shine, dearest pupil Hiroaki Azuki. How'd you like the nap? I know a desk isn't the comfiest thing to sleep on.
Wait, how do they know my name? Let me get straight to the point. You've been kidnapped, abducted, shanghaied, onikakushied. What? I've been kidnapped. When? How? I tried to recall the details of the last time I was awake, but this blistering headache won't let me think clearly. Now I'm sure you're deeply confused as to how that even happened. Who's doing this? Why are they doing this? Is anyone coming to help me? Who else have they kidnapped?
Know your place.
Figure it out yourself. We have more pressing matters at hand. Who is this person, and why do they sound like some kind of cartoon character? You have a very simple task. Escape from this room. Succeed, and I'll provide you with some small comforts of life. Food, shelter, and perhaps even freedom. Fail, and, to put it bluntly, you'll be stuck here until you're skin and bones.
Let's see how this turns out.
There are 3 other students like yourself, all trapped within locked rooms. How sad. Be a pal and cooperate with them, would you? But hurry, only one will remain. Is this the first trial? Are the rest of them gonna come back as dummies?
We will meet again.
Poetic aside, I'll be enabling your speaker so you can work with the other members of the summer team. Oh, remember to pick up your tablet. It holds the secrets, not just to escape room, but to the whole game. Got it?
Why is this happening?
Well then, I understood absolutely none of that.
Missing something here.
Man, I don't know how long I can take this crap.
Please calm down, ma'am. Everything will be fine. I will save you from this dire situation. Though I might not come out unscathed.
Let's not go that far. I'm sure such a simple puzzle can be solved without casualties.
So there seems to be, that must be the other students that thing mentioned. Hello, can anyone hear me? Hey, did anyone else hear that? That must be the 4th student. Are you in need of assistance? Ooh, maybe you can get us out. Can you leave your room? I can try. I tried routing your door, but the exit's locked.
This is the outcome.
It's
then.
no use. We have to solve this
Not
puzzle.
good with this.
Brain puzzles were never my forte. I wish there was an easier way. Maybe I could interrogate this thing, pry out some information.
Come on.
Behaving like the police certainly
I see
won't
the
help us.
problem here.
It won't work regardless. It's a tape recording, not a speaker. They're totally
your
spying
thoughts.
on us, though. Excuse me, all of you. Can you tell me exactly what you have in your room? I take a moment to survey my surroundings.
Not
There seems to be
sure.
some kind of strange mechanism on the wall here. Yes, I believe this is where we have to input the solution, once we figure it out, of course. Along with 4 empty slots in the wall, there are 4 tiles, each depicting separate kanji. My eyesight's still a bit blurry, so I can't make out the characters. There's also the table I woke up on with the recorder with the message from the kidnapper.
I wonder.
And a small pink tablet. The recording mentioned that this was important, right?
But
Now that you mention it, he did say it was relevant to the escape room. Maybe we should all try turning it
it's
on.
plausible.
I gently push a small key on the right side of the tablet. And my world goes white.
What's that?
What? Did something happen when you turned it on? Ah! 1,000 indescribable sensations sweep through me in an instant. It's not just my vision that seems to be affected. An incessant ringing echoes through my ears, and even my fingertips seem to tingle with some kind of malaise. Is this a flashback light? That was... Until I take a closer look at the space directly above the tablet.
Excuse me? My
What in the world is that? It's a hologram of a cute flower. I think it's some kind of tulip. Mine looks like a pair of ice skates, except it's all weird and pixelated. It makes me feel like I've been digitized and sent into some old video game. My hologram, if that's what it is, seems to be a pair of shades. Upon closer inspection, it seems I'm able to physically interact with it. My right hand reaches forward and brushes against the leaf blower. Sure enough, it actually feels real. I can feel the coolness of the metal, the grooves of the nozzle, everything. This day keeps getting weirder and weirder. I would pinch myself if I hadn't done my nails. What about you,
Please
4th
forgive
teammate?
me.
My apologies, I don't know your name. What kind of object appeared when you turned on your tablet? It appears to be a leaf blower of sorts, but just as you guys said, it looks extremely pixelated. Maybe that's because this technology is a work in progress? There's never been holograms you could touch before, or holograms in general. I take a closer look at the tablet. In the center of the screen, illuminated in large sans-serif letters, is a phrase I can't help to understand. Augmented reality interactive audio
These are
hologram.
indeed words.
No, that's what's written on the screen.
Breakthrough.
Holy breakthrough. You're right, this is just something from a supervillain's evil lair. Except this technology is clearly real and functional. Mysterious inventions beyond our wildest imaginations. Perhaps the Academy has something to do with this.
Hang on.
But what does it all mean? Like, this is cool and all, but our kidnappers didn't put us here just to test out some weird tech, right? I wonder if there's some kind of pattern in the objects that appeared when we turned on our tablets. Let's turn off this particular contraption for now and take a closer look at the mechanism. I can finally read each kanji on each engraved tile. Summer, spring, winter, autumn.
That deep.
Guys, isn't there a pretty obvious solution to this whole thing?
Yeah.
Especially considering the 4 objects we received. If I remember correctly, our items were a tulip, shades, a leaf blower, and ice skates.
Let's just move on.
Wait, I think I may know how to solve the puzzle. Summer,
Thank you
spring,
for your
winter, autumn.
cooperation.
We probably all have to input the same answer to escape. The first slot should hold... Do I have to read the kanji? I don't fucking know.
Sir,
Huh.
perish the thought.
If you say so.
Sir,
If you say so.
I have a good quick. That click sounded like the audio equivalent of maple syrup on noodles. Delicious. That's. Never mind. What should our next step be? I can't read kanji. The game expects me to read kanji right out the gate?
I understand.
never?
The truth eludes me.
Is it going where I think it's going? Seems like
This is
it.
the outcome then.
Never mind. We trust your judgment. What's next?
Are you X? My answer is thus. I remain neutral.
And there's only one tile left. Let's see if I was right. Well, she's acting weird. I'll ignore it for now, though. Soon after, I hear 3 identical clicks emanating from the speakers, followed by the howl of whirling gears.
What?
That has to be the door. Come on. Don't forget to take the tablet with you. I hurriedly grabbed the tablet, momentarily surprised by its considerable weight, and shoved it into my pocket before dashing off. We all emerged from our respective rooms, finding ourselves in a dimly lit central area. These people sure look eccentric. Oh my god, it's her! Is that girl wearing a superhero cosplay?
Hey, it's nice to finally put faces to those voices.
Greetings. I'm glad you are all uninjured.
Hello.
Is something bothering you?
Well,
About that last puzzle. It ended up being really easy, is it? So the others actually solved it way before you woke up.
wait.
Except I kindly advised them not to use that answer since it seems suspiciously simple to me.
You?
We ended up discussing for another 20 minutes while you were asleep. They
Are
spent
you
20
kidding?
minutes discussing that? Okay, that is really weird though. They went through all that trouble just to lock us in here, but they're going to let us leave because we know what order the seasons are
I see the
in?
problem here.
Maybe the trivial nature of the answer was made to confuse us somehow. Perhaps it was designed to test our tendencies to overanalyze. Regardless, it seems we aren't quite done yet.
I'm scared.
These tiles, 4, 4, 4, 3, 1. I smell another puzzle on our trail. I think we're supposed to place certain tiles in that furnace chute. Guys, the red stuff in that glass is moving. A wave of sweltering heat slams into us. It really is getting quite hot in here. Nothing the soaring glass can handle, mind you, but it's definitely uncomfortable.
Very unexpected.
I think that thermostat represents a time limit for solving this puzzle. Don't tell me they're gonna cook us alive! Where did you get that? What the hell did I do to deserve that? Does anyone have any ideas? There doesn't seem to be a pattern to this one. Respectfully, the most helpful thing I can do right now is step outside. We're gonna burn like the Amazon. Only people that might actually give a crap that I'm gone. Only people might actually give a crap that I'm gone. Burn? Only one will remain. The rest will burn.
No?
Maybe we should just feed them into the chute in order from 1 to 4. Simple work last time, right? Or maybe we're supposed to dispose of 2 4 tiles, so we're left with 1 of each number. It's a trick, probably a test of wit. They're trying to scare us into jumping to conclusions, even though we don't have all the right information, and the solution is to acknowledge the fact that we don't know enough to solve the puzzle. Therefore, we should do nothing. Are you insane? Do you need medical attention? Let's not fight here. Is this Trace? The heat around us begins to reach unbearable levels. With every second that passes, it becomes harder and harder to breathe. Oh god, we really don't have time to argue like this. I close my eyes and carefully think about what I heard. The rest will burn. The surf first. The numbers tiles. I gather up every tile except the one labeled 1 and throw them into the surface. Furnace. The falling tiles clatter against the brick walls and a smoldering roar thunders from the furnace as the ceramic is set ablaze. I really hope you know what you're doing because you can't exactly unburn those tiles. Just as she was about to panic, we heard the sound of a door unlocking. Ha, it seems to have worked. It did? I mean, it did. Freedom! I love her design. On the right. Without a moment to spare, we dash into the hallway just as the air around us begins to singe our skin. In stark contrast to the fiery prison we left behind, the next room mostly flows with cool, refreshing air that washes over us. My lungs, they feel like they're on the verge of exploding.
Christ,
You did it, I think. Thank goodness you were with us, Blonde Man. Now we're finally in the clear. Yes, it seems your quick wit and confident thinking saved us. After taking a look around, it doesn't seem to be any particularly dangerous or peculiar in this room, apart from that. He points towards the center of the room, though the rest of us are too busy recording from our brush with death to pay attention. Recovering from our brush with death to pay attention. This guy, we were nearly burned alive and he seems almost unfazed. It takes a while for me to regain my composure and direct my sights towards the object of interest. F learns access to the Cocoa Pad. I know you'll forget them by the time Chapter 1 comes out.
Your nefarious deeds.
The supervillain who trapped us here is strangely enamored with pentagons.
Fights for freedom.
Not surprising though, 5-sided buildings have often been used in the service of evil. Like the Pentagon?
Lost.
I mean, you're right. Why are you just standing there? Investigate the statue already. Wait, why am I just standing here? Oh, forget it. Just take your time or whatever.
Huh?
It's some kind of weird monkey statue. It's cute, but creepy at the same time.
Perfect.
There doesn't appear to be any input required from us. I don't believe this is another puzzle. That's wonderful news. That last one was going to be the death of me.
But
It would have helped if you would have taken on your suit. I can't do that when I'm on duty. It's inconsolable. Refusal to back down from your morals. I like it. Hey, take a closer look at the base. There's something written there. At the foot of the statue lies a curious yet haunting inscription, carefully etched in old decaying stone. As sure as the spring blossom never wilts, I will hold your hand. As sure as the summer wind never comes, I will see your smile. As sure as the autumn moon never wanes, I will earn your praise. As soon as the winter sure as the winter snow never melts, I will dry my tears. As sure as 1,000 years pass and I remain on this earth, I will hear your song again. Such a strange and sad poem, especially that last line. What's so sad about it? I think it's a lovely set of promises for the future. Well, I'm definitely not going to ruin the romance of it all by explaining it. Out of all the cryptic mumbo-jumbo I've seen today, this probably takes the cake.
Let's not overdo it.
Mysterious as it is, it doesn't seem too careful in aiding our escape right now. Those, however, might be worth taking a look at. Along the walls are 5 entrances, including the one we came from.
Observation.
It seems like we're gonna have to explore a lot of different areas if we're gonna get out of here. If we're lucky, we may find an exit or a clue that explains our certain situation.
You're wrong.
Wait! Why did you scream? I just realized we haven't introduced ourselves yet. That's embarrassing.
Really?
Oh yes, I was so caught up with those puzzles that the thought completely slipped my mind. Well, now's the threat of imminent death has passed. There's no excuse. It's time to you learn to...
And get this. I'm the ultimate activist. Isn't that a surprise?
Okay. Wait, really? I'm an ultimate too. Wait, but I was the guy you said... Wait, what are the odds? That's amazing. Does make my review a bit less impressive, but still. I don't think it's a coincidence exactly. I think all 4 of us are ultimates. Wait, how do you know? The last place I recalled before being kidnapped was a small speedboat bound for Bitokawa Island. Oh, I remember now. Now that the confusion and terror has somewhat subsided, I'm able to collect my thoughts for the first time since I woke up. It was a few months after I'd been awarded my title. I just received an email from the school informing me that an annual opening ceremony would be held in 2 weeks. Hi, is the game good? I'm trying it out! It sure is Danganronpa! It told me that I was to arrive at the lake's eastern port by noon and take a speedboat to the island alone. I got instructions like that too. It looked very official, so I carried out its instruction to a T. It was rather ominous getting on that speedboat. It took some kind of autopilot, and there wasn't anyone around either. I was asked to arrive at the lake's southern port at precisely 1 p.m. It seems the administrator wanted us to be alone when we departed. I remember seeing the walls of the school on the horizon and losing consciousness soon after. Does that mean the school's behind this? I mean, it's not like any random person would have known where I was. Maybe these escape rooms have something to do with that opening ceremony. No way! I've studied the school's event protocol, and something like that furnace puzzle would never be allowed. Are you how can you be so sure, puzzle dude? Are you some kind of Bikokawa super fan? Well, I have done my research. Wait, puzzle dude? Yup, all this time I've been calling you funny little nicknames in my head, like Man Bun Man and Supermam. Hope you had nice ones for me too.
Fights for freedom.
I object to this legally distinct monk here. I only respond to the soaring lass. Okay, anyway, comma, my name's Hiroaki Uzuki, but you can just call me Hiro. Hiroaki, a fitting name. Why do you have a Monami phone? Why are you taking a selfie? That's cool. Let me take a picture of you so I don't forget.
Hello?
Judging by the clock, it's been 6 hours since I boarded that boat. We've been unconscious for a while. Try to call someone? That's actually kind of reassuring. At least we haven't been gone for like 2 weeks or something. You have your phone with you? Odd. When I woke up, mine was gone. Same for me. I assume the heathens who abducted us stole it. Well, it doesn't have any service, and... What the hell? The camera lens is broken. Dude, are you kidding? I literally bought this a few weeks ago. That's so weird though. Why would they leave your phone but disable everything useful? Wouldn't it just be safer to just take it like they did with us? I don't know. Oh god, do you think they might have disabled the nearest cell phone tower or something? Probably. If there's a signal, then Maru would be able to alert the authorities. Shit, the email also said that the opening ceremony was top secret and that I might not be allowed to contact the outside world until it ended. My dad and my posse might not even realize everything is wrong. Those guys, gals, and NB pals who helped me with my activism.
So obsessed with me.
What? We're pretty good at helping people organize. I think we've started around 30 strikes across the country so far. Let's go? Communism? What are you an activist for? That's as many as 3 times. Well, with the amount of the workers' rights... Let's go! Communism? She's a communist based? I'm surprised the number isn't higher. You look like a fucking liberal, bitch. Yeehaw! I'm in America! Folks just aren't used to standing up for themselves these days. It's risky business. Sore legs, hoarse voices, and broken nails are only the beginning of our problems, but there's nothing better than helping someone finally get the support they need when all is said and done. I was a little apprehensive about the whole ultimate activist thing at first, but she actually seemed serious about her talent. Okay, now you've got me thinking. Maybe the reason I was kidnapped was because of my protest activities. Believe me, union busters will do anything to have their way. That sounds plausible, but I don't think it explains why the rest of us are here. I've never been to a strike. Do baseball, soccer, or bowling strikes count? Oh, I guess. Oh, if you're ever interested in joining one of our numerous picket lines, we'll come to you with open arms. Just try not to tell any off-color jokes. The posse is very sensitive to that kind of thing.
Advice.
Tempting. I do think it's important for an ultimate to contribute to the well-being of others. Right? Plus, it must be delightful to barge into places with a megaphone and strike fear in the hearts of evildoers. I guess protests are meant to cause a fuss. I like to think my talent also revolves around helping people. Frankly, I feel bad that I was unable to contribute to either puzzle. I should have been standing tall with our hearts as one, fiercely liberating us from that foul prison. Not that you stole my thunder or anything, Sir Uzuki. I also appreciate playing sidekick, you know? I'm flattered, but that's very formal. Nay, proper titles are of utmost importance. Is this a demo or a full game? It's just the prologue. How else is one meant to show respect for their fellow citizens? I wouldn't dare greet a stranger, no offense, without the necessary honorifics.
Awesome, right?
Not to fret not, Sir Uzuki. Our time as strangers has come to an end, for I will now introduce myself.
The paladin of the skies and the earth, known to save any and all from peril. But if we're doing this personally, Momoe Soga works too. Ultimate local hero, at your service.
What, like, are you the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Local hero? Where did that helmet come from? Quite the noble talent, eh? Nothing too grand, gotta stay humble and all of that biz. However, some say my devotion to justice is far beyond any hero before me. My triumphs are highly esteemed in small communities. I can't tell if she's role-playing, might as well play along. I confess, I'm somewhat interested. What exactly are these triumphs? One time I made the paper for stopping an altercation at the local pub. Tensions were high, bottles and hearts alike were shattered, but one gal swooped in to save the day.
How violent!
Violence is always unnecessary. I prefer words and the like, you see. I talked the troublesome gangsters out of it and even directed them to anger management classes. Stopping a bar fight with diplomacy alone is certainly an accomplishment. That's very cool. I take it you're like a middleman of sorts when it comes to justice. You're not an actual police officer, right? I say I'm a slice of everything. I restore peace, keep crowd out of the back seats, and even tend to the elderly. No matter the age, race, or class, I'll respect the soaring lass. So far, I've committed to 100% acceptance rate on all neighborhood requests. It's mostly just mundane stuff, saving cats from trees, mowing people's lawns, pet sitting, and grabbing things from my shelf. Hold up, you accept every request? Can't someone take advantage of that? Not a soul in my community would dare partake in something so cruel. They would never give me unreasonable demands or use me as a replacement Saturday housekeeper just because the old one put over a salary dispute. A piece of advice, yeah? Sometimes it's okay to place your trust in people. She's definitely a character. I've never seen so many ultimates in one place before. It's unfortunate that this formative experience was brought about by a kidnapping, but I suppose there's a lesson to be learned here. Really? I don't think there's much to be gained from something like this. We still haven't revealed our ultimate. I see, that's not a great mindset to keep in a stressful situation like this. Do not let yourself be poisoned by the world's anxieties, big or small. If there's uncertainty in your life, find a way to remove it. That's certainly fun and all, but your words of wisdom weren't what saved us from a human barbecue. Say, is your talent related at all to motivational speaking? Yes, that's what a fraction what I engage with. I suppose a proper introduction is in order.
Saji, the ultimate yoga guru. Through art's ancient
You like
and
yoga.
new, I aspire to achieve harmony for myself and others.
Bushio. A yoga guru. That's pretty unique. I've never tried it myself, but I heard that it's
Should
great
we
for
do
your
some
health.
asanas?
Yes, yoga is helpful as a moderate
Release
form of
all
exercise,
negative
but the
energies.
true benefit is the outlook that it
Not see that
brings.
coming?
I'm not quite
one
sure I
is
understand. Yoga is the delusion of autonomy. Through constant repetition of the asanas or body postures, we convince ourselves that we are masters of our own
requires special
bodies. Have you ever felt invigorated, perhaps even invincible, after an arduous task, like completing a jog or a particularly difficult
Yeah.
exam?
My
I think so.
answer is thus.
It's the same for yoga. That feeling of accomplishment, of success after a routine emboldens the mind, easing our doubts and fears. Even though all you've done is a set of basic stretches and
May we
poses,
endure these trying times.
these delusions of grandeur are even more necessary in a cynical
No
world.
one is perfect.
And I wholeheartedly believe that a gentle delusion is more valuable than a vicious truth.
Those are indeed words.
Wow, that's so deep and stuff. Still wasn't as useful as Puzzle Guy, though. That certainly is a strange attitude to have towards something as innocuous as yoga, though I suppose people who believe in the same ideas as everyone else can't really be ultimate. You seem surprised at my philosophy. I don't blame you, honestly. What is this game going to do to be different from Danganronpa, is my question. Like, Eden's Garden is so different from Danganronpa. So is Danganronpa another, but this seems pretty bog standard so far. Outside of the opening puzzle, but that's just zero escape. I'm certain you know what you're talking about, though, being an ultimate and all.
But
Well, I do garner a few customers at my yoga studios, including some members of the Bitu Kokawa faculty. No way, your classes must be pretty good to attract that
thank
kind of
you for your
crowd.
cooperation.
One of them was actually the first to ask me to apply to the school, actually.
Entirely
I
unexpected.
do hope our prior relationship didn't affect the admissions process, though. That would hardly be fair. Right.
This tension.
Oh, the energy in the room became
Should
quite
we do
oppressive
some
all of a sudden.
asanas?
Perhaps we should try some asanas. Attempting to escape this place without a strong mindset would be a
Let's
fool
just-
errand. Well, that's everyone, right? If we got introductions now, I think we should search for help.
Well,
Hold your horses. Hero Hockey has yet to share his talent. It'd be quite rude of us to exclude a fellow ultimate, would it not? Damn, I didn't realize.
Citizen's arrest.
You're withholding information? No, it's not like that. I just didn't think it was important. Neither did I. Wow. Of course it's important, Sir Uzuki. With our blessed talents in unison, our escape is all but assured. So go on, tell us. Yeah, spill.
Okay.
I love her design.
I'm the ultimate apprentice. It's an unusual talent, but I'm glad to have it.
They said a predecessor. Are we the apprentice to that predecessor?
my word.
Interesting. I did not know one could excel at being an apprentice. Yeah, isn't your title saying, experienced novice or something?
Excuse me?
Well, it's a complicated arrangement. It isn't, but they don't need to know that. Don't mess this up now.
It's hard.
During high school, I worked under a lot of different employers. Likely due to lax child labor laws. Please continue. Right, and I guess a lot of my bosses were impressed about how adaptable I was. Baking, fishing, working, waiting tables. I can't remember all the stuff that I did, but I guess I was pretty good.
Breakthrough.
So you're also almost like an ultimate, since you can do so many different things. Can you stop doing that, please? No kidding! Maybe that's why you were able to solve the puzzle so easily. You must be like the king of random knowledge. I guess so. Most of my talents are like trade skills and secretary work. That type of deal. I don't know how to do literally everything. Well, the fact that you even need to acknowledge that is an achievement of itself. You should be proud, Hiroaki. My instincts tell me that your talent will be invaluable as you seek to escape our kidnappers. I think that went pretty well. Wait, if all of us are ultimates, do you think our kidnappers might have captured more of us? I guess we'll find out
This
if we search
requires
those
special
rooms.
attention.
Yes, however, I don't think it would be wise to remain in such a large
Unacceptable.
group. If our entire group of 4 was caught by surprise, the result would be disastrous. Let's split into pairs then. If we find anything notable, we can meet up back here. Oh, hell yeah! I need someone who's actually willing to follow my instructions. Then I'll go with Sir Saji. Very well. For now, Momoe and I will search the room directly to the left of the passage we came from. Let's reconvene here shortly. I'm still unsure if we'll find anyone else, but if we do, it would be prudent to have them meet us here as well. I want to check the big circular door over there. It's different from all the others, so it might be our ticket out of here. I approach the door and attempt to pry it open. It's locked. I don't even see a keyhole, so you might only be able to open it from the other side. What? And here I thought we were finally going to escape this dump.
Can't be.
Ew, fine. Let's find another way. How about that one? The one to the right of the passage.
Oh no.
Are you sure someone will come looking for us? I'm positive. Once my supporters notice my absence, they'll surely spare no expense for my search party. Hero, there really are more people. Hold on, is your skin blue? Please don't be scared. We're not bad guys, I think. You think? You two, please lower your voices. You might frighten someone. Sorry, big guy. You're the... Okay, so you're the, token large character that dies in Chapter 4. Are you two also kidnapped ultimates?
That is correct.
Indeed so. The 4 of us were already worrying enough, but if there's even more, well...
So?
Did you two come from one of those stupid mean escape thingies? How'd you know what I was gonna say? It's my psychic ability. See the flower on my head? It's like an antenna. Really?
Worry about me.
Nope, I don't even know what it is. It just grew out of my skull one day and I've learned to live with it. It's super cute, isn't it? Oh yeah, totally. Maru leans over to me with a poorly veiled grimace. Do you think she's like a real-life Frankenstein or something? Maru, that's rude. Clearly she's going for more of a zombie look. Anyway, yes, we did come from an escape room. It was horrifying. I assume you two also completed one? Precisely, and it wasn't just us. We had 2 other compatriots as well. But both of them ditched us. They were really, really mean. One of them called me a smurf, and the other one just ignored me. It's alright. I'm sure they were really affected by the stress of the situation. Let's ditch them too! Blue man and blue girl, big man and blue girl against the world! Setting that aside, you're both in the same situation as us. Given our circumstances, would it be acceptable to say our names? You know, normally I'm hesitant about introducing myself to shady types, but considering I'm basically a kidnapped celebrity at this point, who cares? Shady, what are you insinuating? I'm Mariko Yoko Kume, the pretty well-known ultimate activist, and my buddy over there is Puzzle Dude. I mean, Hiroaki, the ultimate apprentice. It's nice to meet you. Likewise.
Yato Stonecrown. Though I am reluctant to flaunt
What?
such a grandiose title, I am known as the ultimate mayor.
You're a mayor? So you're the bourgeois.
Huh? Yes.
Mayor? Yes, for 2 glorious public years, I was the mayor of a small resort town in the American state of North Dakota. I put my political career on hold to attend Pitakawa as an exchange student, and I plan to learn much in the way of statecraft and leadership before I return. I knew Pitakawa had a strong foreign presence, but an actual mayor as an exchange student, I guess that explains the age difference, but it's still scary to think that there's a genuine politician in our midst. I see.
Certain?
What is that glare for? Nothing, just making sure you're not corrupt. I would never dream of such a thing. My office values transparency above all else. That's what all politicians say. Yeah, you're still the bourgeois. Well, I would argue that I'm quite different from them. One can't exactly read my mind, but I assure you, I work for the common people, not for self-enrichment. Okay. You got a list of all the bills you passed? Not on hand. Stop! Halt! Cease! Desist! Can we not fight, please? I have something better to focus on. I've been planning out my introduction for like 5 minutes now, and I think I'm already ready for it. How else am I supposed to make a memorable first impression? Your appearance has already made one, that's for sure.
My name's Fan Fan. Fan Fan Long, if we're getting down to business. Though some call me Flower Pot, Fanny Pack, or the Lavender Lab Rat. And I've been awarded the super special awesome talent of... Drum roll, please. The ultimate human subject.
So, like, you went through the horrors? You went through human experimentation? What the fuck? That's a talent you can have?
What?
The ultimate what now? Yeah, me and her are on the same wavelength. I love her. Is that why your skin is like that? What's the matter? Has my dramatic entrance left you speechless? No, that's total immoral. What kind of scumbag academy awards child experimentation? Well, I was already a teenager when I got my first injection.
My head hurts.
I knew coming to this place was a bad idea.
Dad?
What? But we get free food. That's what you're worried about? Not your skin being a color it most definitely shouldn't be? You look like the aftermath of a Sharpie bath gone wrong. She's a Homestuck fan. She's a fucking Homestuck fan.
Probably bad.
First off, shouldn't be, as a lot of uncomfortable implications. Second off, what's a Sharpie?
That is all.
I have to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. How do I print screen? There we go. Hold on, I'm sending this to... Where's Discord? I need to send this to Mel. Not the fucking Sharpie bath! Not the Sharpie bath! I have to use the bathroom, I'll be right back. Okay. Perhaps there's a strong reasoning, perhaps, behind Fan's ultimate title. I'm sure we can resolve these qualms you have with the Academy diplomatically. As in the same Academy that kidnapped us? Seriously, I'm still not over the student spit roast. And now you want me to excuse this?
I see.
Ooh, I should probably explain. It all started with the charity I founded, the Foundation for Altruism and Nerdy Project.
How will this bode?
I'm afraid to say I'm unfamiliar with it. It's a forwarding charity, you dummy. Oh, you must be another exchange student. I know Peter Kawa always accepts 4 of them every year. Yep. Though I was born in China, I've actually lived in Laos for most of my life. That's next to Vietnam for all you non-geographers. Anyway, my charity helps support sick children by funding research for new experiments. You can't release drugs then testing them on humans, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a more passionate lab rat. So, you perform human experimentation on yourself! I guess you're not a dummy after all. Well, I guess that makes a bit more sense. But there's no way any drug that reaches human trials would permanently dye skins blue. Are you sure your charity isn't like a scam or something? Maru, I'm wounded by a blade of your words. You two mentioned your other teammates. Do you have any clue where they are? The small one likely concealed himself in one of the puzzle rooms. As for the other girl, I have no idea, unfortunately. She stormed outside before we could get a word of her. Outside? But we were just out there a minute ago. That presents a problem then. You see, Fan and I were about to depart in search of them, but I wish to ease your doubts about the situation first. If you see that girl, could you beat her up for me? Maybe a punch or two, get a few good hits in, and... Fan! I'm joking, relax. Violence is super bad and stuff. Hey, you're not my doctor. I bet you don't even have a medical license. Anyway, Mara and I would be happy to help you look. I would? Yes, you said one of them was inside a puzzle room. We'll start there then. I appreciate it, Hiroki. I think it was the room on the far right. If we find anyone, I'll let you know. Let's search it quickly so we can get out of here. Good luck! A reluctant Maru tails me as I enter the room.
That's the way of the rabble.
Phew, the burger was giving me the heebie-jeebies. Really? I couldn't tell. Shut it, you. Didn't you see her? She's like a dolled up troll. Oh my fucking god! They called her a troll! What? Oh my fucking god! She's a Homestuck fan!
Am I clear?
Not to mention she's drug testing thing is suspicious as hell. Who knows what she's on, man? That's taking a bit far, Maru. You should be kinder to her. We don't know the full details, so we shouldn't make assumptions. Okay, Miss Congeality, I still ain't trusting it. Now let's see what's in this room. Is something wrong? No, I just feel an icky presence flowing from this cupboard. There's also breathing, so there's that. She reaches to open it, but...
What the?
Get away from me! Kidnappers, thieves, murderers, dentists!
What? He jumps out in front of a startled Maru.
The fuck's wrong with you?
Who sent you? It was the guy from the Uno debate, was it? What? I knew he had to be a stubborn little fucknugget to argue with me for over a year, but I never thought he would have me abducted.
Bullshit.
You can't play draw 2 on another draw 2! It's against the rules!
Bitch!
What? And yes, you can if you're based. If the house is based. Hero, what in the ever-loving fuck is he talking about? Whoa, calm down. We've been trapped here just like you. Really? Don't try to pull that shit. You assaulted me in my hiding spot. You could have left an occupied sign or something.
See that coming?
How'd you even fit? The cupboard is way too small for any normal-sized human being. You've been up bright here to insult me, haven't you? I'm onto your tricks, you line-reading ingrates. No, Yato and Fan asked us to look for you.
Quit dicking around!
Them. Well, I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm going back in the closet now, and
Get me out of
it's
here.
a cupboard. Wait, what's your name?
Hello?
Yeah, you're an ultimate, right? Hehehe. Mwahaha.
Bob.
Why are you laughing?
Finally!
I'm merely envisioning Yupian's expression the moment you learn who I am!
Moron!
I hate him. The cosmos will speak of your downfall for eons! Okay, don't keep us on expense.
Gaze upon the majesty of the ultimate forum admin!
He's a Redditor!
Oh, Taki! Defy me, and I'll scour your name from the whole
He's a Redditor!
wide web!
He's a Reddit man!
You listening yet?
Well, I need to do the Redditor voice. Well, has my greatness eroded your minds too severely for you to speak? Or maybe you peasants have started to fathom the god that you're up against?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Shoko.
What the?
Same, I guess. Impossible! You don't even know who I am? That's perfectly reasonable, to be honest. For some reason I thought you wouldn't take that very well. Well, why would you know who I am? I've only been an ultimate for 3 weeks. I only said what I said to test if you two were like stalkers or something. And here I was thinking about you about to go on a shock tirade about our ignorance. No real ultimate will take in that kind of obscene narcissistic behavior. Certainly not with a passion for justice as strong as mine. Justice? That's a lot of hype for a forum admin. Please, without me, people like me, there'd be chaos, legion of bots, irrelevant posts, and it's a Redditor. Yeah, and detestable content polluting your online experience. Every need, friend inside me. Because of my selfless and unpaid sacrifice, the internet is actually usable. Why are you doing that? Doing what? Why do you keep on enunciating random words in the middle of your sentences? It's called emphasis. It's called yelling, actually. Mario, stop being cruel, but yeah, I do agree that it gets a little distracting.
Rewrite!
Undo, rewrite, undo. This introduction is bringing to light too many of my flawed personality traits. I implore you to forget this conversation.
Come on.
What even?
Excuse me?
I think he got embarrassed. Well, you did manage to find him in all his fun-sized glory. Guess we should tell Yato and Fan, right?
Hello again.
Welcome back, guys. Good job in finding one of our missing teammates. Indeed, I never would have expected that he'd stow away in a wardrobe. An exciting development. You must have overheard everything from the other room.
That is correct.
His volume was difficult to miss.
Come on.
You probably could have helped instead of standing around. At the very least, a warning about his mannerisms sure would have been nice. We don't want to trouble you any further, but even though I kind of wanted you to beat her up, I'm starting to get worried about the other teammate. We took a look outside where you were gone, and she seems to have disappeared. Could you give us the details about her disappearance? Regrettably, I don't recall too much about her. I remember giving her nicknames, but I don't think Yato would approve of most of them. We should call her Girl A. What does the A stand for? Absent, I presume? AWOL? Let's not get into that.
Indeed words.
Well, I guess that's all we have to work with. Why don't you come back with us to the main chamber? We can introduce you to our teammates as well. Bring Napoleon too. I don't want him lurking there by himself. A loud cry if I heard that echoes from one of the inner rooms. Right, we'll make sure he accompanies us. Until we meet again. Good luck, you two. Bye-bye! How long is this? Oh, there you are. We've finished exploring the leftward passage. Turns out we're not alone. Would you like to meet them while Momoe and I explore the remaining hallway? Sure, we also met some new people, but I think it would be best if you didn't bother them too much.
Acceptable.
I see. I trust your judgment. Momoe and I will be off.
I'm off.
Have fun, you two. I think you two will get along with them swimmingly. I sure hope so. Bro. Now that we're seeing one for the third time, it's safe to assume all the escape rooms are the same, right down to the number of participants. I know this character design. Top of the morning to you. Go, where the hell did you come from?
Jeez, y'all.
Oh, did I startle you? My bad.
Hat to that.
Bro tried to hit Control Z IRL. Busho and Momoa have told us you two might be heading on over to greet us. It was Hiro and Maru, right? That's right. And you?
Amara, the ultimate Broadway dancer. Hello, bonjour, Gru Scott, and Michael Vannen. Pleasure making an acquaintanceship with y'all.
It can't be.
Hiro, not another shout on her hands. Seriously, was the rent not enough?
I'm not sure.
What did you say?
Repeat that?
I said, what did you say? Can you repeat that? She takes out a comically shaped instrument and puts it to her ear.
Ears.
Only repeat it once, and even though I said it twice. It's less confusing that way. That's even more confusing. I wonder if Maru noticed that she picked up on a few of Shoko's speech patterns. Seriously? Why is every... Wait, are you hard of hearing? Oh shoot, disregard of everything I just said. I'm definitely getting in trouble with the posse because of this. I getcha. It's hard of me to know if I'm speaking too loud, too soft, or speaking at all. Don't be afraid to tell me if I can't read the room. And forgive me if I don't catch your words on the first try. I can usually make out what people are saying by focusing. I don't mind if that happens. I wouldn't want to become too demanding.
What?
Believe me, honey, it can get real awkward sometimes. Once I gave a full emotional speech to my sister, really put her heart and soul into it. Didn't cheer her up at all. Thought I gave a lousy speech. Turns out she couldn't hear a darn thing I said. I feel that. That's why I always carry a megaphone with me to rallies. That's why I wanted to go to school here. Before I lost most of my hearing in that accident, I relied on music during my performances to keep in step. Suffice to say, I can't do that anymore. The guys at this here school said that I wasn't out of luck just yet, though. They told me I could learn to feel musical vibrations. To tell you the truth, it was mostly a bunch of fancy words I couldn't wrap my head around. She has ADHD? But I figured it was worth a shot. That's interesting. So you use your sense of touch to stay on the beat, rather than your sense of hearing. Once I learn everything I need, I'll be back in the spotlight, dazzling audiences the world over with my stage performance of Waltzing in the Sunshine. Ooh, that's awesome. I watched a translated version of the musical when I was a kid. Do you happen to be an exchange student from America? Sure am, Pumpkin. My sister and I have been performing in the States our whole lives. We lived in a teeny tiny trailer doing stage practice around the clock. But I'll tell you now, after going through all that, nothing's gonna stop us from reaching our goals. Not even getting kidnapped. I'm gonna be one of the greats, like Beethoven, Ben Franklin, and Louis Braille. Actually, I think the last guy's blind. Duh, because he died like 170 years ago. Can't see nothing but dirt, wood, and worms. Plus, he probably got no eyeballs anymore. I'm curious, how do you view this whole situation? Getting kidnapped and forced to do life-threatening escape rooms.
To pay attention.
I figured that I was having some kind of crazy dream, so I didn't pay much attention until I realized it wasn't one. Gave my teammates a hell of a headache during those puzzles, I tell you, specifically because my tablet thingy didn't even work. Can we talk to your teammates? Maybe they have some... And lo, it was at that moment I witnessed before my very own eyes the legendary 8-headed snake demon, Yamato no Orochi. No way, that's crazy. What happened next? Upon the sight of such a magnificent creature, Hey, you two! Wait, are you missing an arm or am I seeing things? Maru, you can't just...
Is this a joke?
Since you insist on hearing the outcome of our great conflict, I'll skip to that part. My arm was lost in the combatants with the great serpent. 'Twas a Pyrrhic victory for that day, for I severed 2 of its titanic heads at the cost of my beloved limb.
Thanks for nothing.
Bro, what? Way to spoil the ending. I was so engaged. Don't ask stupid questions that'll be answered by the end. It always ruins the story.
What a shame.
No worries, I have more tales to tell, many of which outshine my climactic duel with the 8-foot serpent. 'Tis the nature of being the ultimate angler, for you seem to be drawn to the monsters that dwell within the depths. Angler, like catching fish?
The name forever attached to its history. The person you see before you. Iki no Miki. Though you may also call me Namiki, conqueror of the stars and the abyss.
What? Conquer the stars in the abyss? That's so fucking sick, dude.
I wonder.
If you don't mind me asking, how do you fish with only one hand?
You speak.
I doubt you'd be able to understand. The art of one-armed fishing is too arcane for mortals to realize.
Not that deep.
Actually, I do have some fishing experience. That's 2 characters with some kind of disability. No, three if you count Miss Human Experimentation. And the title of the game is Cure. Is the motive going to be, hey, I'm going to cure whatever's wrong with you if you kill somebody?
Instant regret.
You all are so cool and interesting. I barely have any epic stories to my name. Are you like not an ultimate or something? Damn, I don't even look the part. I get I'm pretty basic, but...
Shibue, ultimate stuntman. And you?
Hey.
I think you're the mastermind, honestly. Maybe, I don't know. Makuro Yokokume, and he's Hiroaki Utsubeki-san, ultimate. That's not even close. Bruh, these talented names keep getting crazier and crazier. How the hell am I supposed to keep up with this level of power creep?
I don't get it.
At this point, I should forfeit my talent to Namiki the Conqueror. He does way more dangerous shit than me. All I do is help out Mod or movie studio.
Useless.
Conquer the stars in the abyss. That last part is the most important. I'm a legendary hero, not some bloodthirsty warlord. Oh, you do stunt work for your mother's studio? That's cool. My stepmother's studio, thank you very much. An ultimate shouldn't judge things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, you know.
I remain neutral.
You know, I'm pretty sure it's possible to lose your talent if someone beats you during the annual challenge, that is. It's rare to underperform, but... Are you trying to boost my confidence? I genuinely can't tell. Ha, those tests are useless. No one can ever replace me. And how do you know? Well, no other angler in the past century has ever laid their eyes on the 17-spotted golden koi. Am I wrong?
Shush.
Don't scare it off now. It's an elusive creature that flees at the slightest noise. Many liken it to a fable, but I've seen it with my own two eyes. It's truly a sight to behold, and is said to grant many years of endless luck to those who glimpse it. Also, it's often confused with the 16-spotted golden koi, a fish marred by its abundance, insignificance, and mediocrity. Ooh, I definitely want to see the 17-spotted one, even if the only difference is a single black blotch. Well, it's not a simple feat. After all, the koi is what took my arm. What?
Incorrect.
Hold on, didn't you say you lost your arm to a snake demon? This just became more bogus than it already was.
You'll see.
Oh, you see, I lost half of it to the 8-foot serpent, and the other half to the Koi legend. 2 and 2, yin and yang, each part of a greater whole. Now neither half remains. Bro, that's tragic! And utter horseshit! Hey, don't be rude. This is probably a tough subject for the Conqueror of the Stars and the Abyss. Imagine all the suffering you went through.
It can't be.
God, you're more gullible than an 8-year-old who forged chainmail. Come on, hero. Let's get out of here.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Monzo and Namiki the Conqueror. Stars Abyss. Humph. Shaking her head exhaustedly, Maru leads me over to the remaining person in the room. Hey there, sorry about my teammates. They were unreliable during the escape room. Busho told me you were from the summer team. The 4 of us are the autumn team, by the way. I see. Seems like these escape rooms have a season motif, just like Bitakawa does.
What?
What do you mean?
What can I say?
You didn't know? The entire school campus is designed around the 4 seasons. Each area has its own plants, buildings, color scheme, everything.
I'll be honest.
To tell you the truth, I'm pretty new to this whole Bitakawa business.
Ultimate architect in exchange.
So you're the last exchange student. Yeah. What made you call him all the way to Japan? One of my family friends is a devoted collector of traditional Japanese art, and I've been asked to design a new public gallery for him.
That's the plan.
Graduating from Bitakawa with an ultimate title would really help his gallery's prestige. I see. I'm Hiroaki Ozuki, the ultimate apprentice. Sorry you ended up in this situation. And I'm Maruko Yokozume, the ultimate activist. Hold your applause. I'm impressed. It probably wasn't easy to get those titles.
One another.
Architecture seems pretty tough as well. I met a few of the architects while I worked for a carpenter a few years ago. They're very hard-working people. Yeah, it's like an art thing and a math thing at the same time. Isn't it hard to use both sides of your brain? Oh, you must have misunderstood. I mean, it probably required strong connections to get the administration to agree to those talents. Connections? I mean, I know some of the staff, but I wouldn't say panic wells up in my chest.
Right away.
I mean, everyone who gets into the school uses them, right? I thought about going for a more extravagant title, but my art collector friend pointed out that we didn't have anyone on the inside that knew us. He proposed a simple and straightforward talent, along with a sizable donation. That would maximize our chances.
Pull off Ultimate Apprentice, though. Could you introduce me to some of the administrators?
Excuse me?
It takes me a second to realize I'm shouting.
That's just a rumor.
Hey, Hiro said he got admitted because of all the different jobs he had, and he mean it. He didn't ask any bigwigs to help him out. So everyone's in the school because they got, like, sponsorship from a rich person? Yeah.
Clear.
With enough effort, I can excel at any task I can commit myself to. I've been able to adapt to any job I've taken on so far. That's why I'm the Ultimate Apprentice. I can't speak to you, but I would never try to game the admissions process.
Fair.
Is that so? This guy always knows how to do stuff. I think Superman even called him the Ultimate. I mentioned carpentry, but there's also plumbing, masonry, sailing. If I listed them all, we'd be here a while.
Fine.
Don't get me wrong, it's impressive that you can do all that, but I just find it hard to believe that something as vague as putting effort into things and being kinda good at it could be seriously considered. Oh, and he was super helpful during the escape room. He knows a lot of random trivia, which totally makes sense because that's his talent.
An oversight.
Well then, if that's how it really is, then I apologize for making assumptions. I thought everyone here was in the same boat I was. I think we're in the same boat she is, that's why we panicked. Well, we aren't, we're nothing like you actually. Sorry for hitting a nerve. How about we just forget about this conversation then? I assume there's more people you need to meet.
Okay.
That alright with you? Let's go, Hiro.
Just daydreaming.
Guess it'll take you a bit longer to cool off. That's fine by me. See you around. I expect we'll be stuck with each other for some time.
No?
No sign of Girl A in that area. Only a bunch of very weird and rude people. Though the Broadway lady was fun.
Hello?
Are you still bummed out about what Miss High Society over there said about your talent? Don't let that get to you. I mean, she's probably the only one who thinks like that, or at least the only rude one to say it out loud. For now, let's focus on finding everyone and getting out of here. If it comes up again, talk to me and I'll help you out, okay?
Hey.
Oh, you're either going to die first or survive to the end. Like, there's no in between. You're either going to die first or die chapter 5. Let's go talk to them and see if they found anyone else.
Wait.
Shh, Busho's almost got them out of here. Muffled voices from the other side of the door. Somewhat expectedly, Busho responds rather loudly. No, soy sauce is not an instrument. Wasabi is not an instrument either. As the clamor begins to subside, the door opens and, for a moment, I felt that familiar sensation. The same sensation I threatened to swallow me whole. Only this time it fades in an instant. Are we remembering things? I blink a few times and refocus on the ultimates that had exited the room. Brr, we nearly froze to death in there. Whoever made that escape room was a psychopath. What kind of lunatic wastes that much air conditioning just to torture 4 helpless innocents?
Mocking me!
Well, if everyone had pitched in like they were supposed to, we would have gotten out much sooner. I told you the correct answers several times, as a matter of fact. It was your own. I love her design.
My advice to you.
To be fair, you're pretty obtuse with your hints. I could barely even understand you. This appears to be the last group of ultimates that have been trapped here. Apart from the locked circular room, we have explored every entrance leading out from the central area. Unfortunately, there's no exit to be found just yet. Wait, we're in last place? What the hell? You've made us into witless laughingstocks, Annie Apostle.
If you say so.
Should we pick this up?
My head hurts.
Let them have their fun. I'm worn out. It takes a while, but the heated argument of the winner team begins to peter out. I should go talk to all of them, though I worry I might become the next target of their verbal abuse. Tragic. Simply tragic.
There's
What's up?
Nothing wrong.
All my valuables have been stolen. My 3 gold watches, my 2 silver bracelets, my 5 diamond rings. All in the hands of some nameless, puzzle-obsessed vagabond. That's rough, man. I hope they didn't get their hands on the key to the pawn shop.
I'm simply flabbergasted.
Even then, it seems I should be counting my blessing. Many of the people here had their clothes stolen right off their backs.
Obscene.
I'll never forget our kidnappers for forcing these poor souls into such ragged garments. Really? That's terrible. It truly is. My buzzcut friend here is one of the heinous criminals' unfortunate victim. Actually, I've had these clothes on before I was kidnapped. Oh, so you're just poor. So you're saying you wear this stuff normally? Yeah.
Oh.
What about you, blonde man with the silly hair? My fashion instinct says that your outfit is made with repurposed 50-year-old thrift shop donations. Clearly, our kidnappers held you at gunpoint and forced you to debase yourself with a stylistic debauchery. No, this uniform is brand new, actually. Oh dear God, I'm around a bunch of poor people. Call an ambulance, I'm going into court your arrest. Hey, we only came over here to introduce ourselves. I didn't get caught up in a medical drama. These people are a rowdy bunch. Not so difficult for my clients.
The ultimate pawnbroker.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the rest of that. Welcome, close enough. Welcome back, Shobai. You can call me Taro if you don't mind. Close enough. Welcome back, Shobai. You can call me Taro if you like. I don't mind.
Oh, you.
What was the Shobai voice again? It was... Man, why don't you just fucking shoot me already, Mikado? Well, that's unexpected. I've always imagined pawnbrokers to be old fat dudes with spectacles. That was my grandfather. He passed the pawn shop down to me when I was 17. I've been running it ever since. Apparently I did well to be recognized as an ultimate. Aside from bookkeeping and chatting it up with my clients every once in a while, it's not that hard of a job. Okay, so you're a pawn shop owner, not like a black market dealer. That's a pretty cool trinket you have around your neck. Did it belong to one of your clients? Oh, you mean the jewel of Father Tom? My family's been holding on to it for over 50 years. It's the most expensive item in our collection. Before he gave me the keys to the shop, my grandpops told me to protect this stopwatch with my life until its owner finally returns. I carry it around with me 24/7. Why? Do you want to buy it? I'm not sure I can afford something with that price tag, even if it helped calm the nerves of Mr. Fashion Police over there. It wouldn't. It really wouldn't. I do give discounts. I mean, it clearly can't be worth much if no one wanted it for half a century. That was a joke. Isn't it a much... LOL. Time to devote all that single client to from all that time ago?
This from you.
I imagine because he barely has any clients. What kind of person would ever use a pawn shop? The mere thought of selling anything to some disreputable hoarder is bad enough. And yet I have to pay them interest when I want my items back? Extortion! Extortion, I say. I think it's a fair enough deal. It works sort of like a bank, right? The atmosphere in my pawn shop is certainly better than a bank. There's fewer security guards and far less needless paperwork. Not to mention the modern bank's reliance on digital currency. I don't know why people would ever entrust their money to such fallible tech.
Garbage.
Natural disaster, data breach. Hell, disgruntled employee unplugs the server. Boom. Life savings gone. Is that really how it works? There has to be safeguards against that kind of thing. Of course there are. This Luddite doesn't have any idea what he's talking about. Lacking both fiscal and fashion sense. My, what a combination.
You've ruined everything.
Be grateful I'm one of the more charitable members of my family for even agreeing to speak with you. Your family? Who are you exactly?
Individuals such as myself.
You probably never heard of us. We're far too classy to flaunt our prestige like the so-called elite often do.
Stand in the presence of Onichi Itagaki, ultimate tailor and heir to the Itagaki fashion empire.
Okay.
It can't be.
Wait, your stores are the ones they keep playing on that keep on playing Christmas music in September, aren't they? Despicable. You're not only torturing your retail workers with long hours and low pay, but you're splitting vocals as well. True!
I look fine.
Look, I'm not responsible for what my family does. I barely even talk to them.
Pal.
You're the one who brought them up.
I never asked for this.
That's only because I was trained to do so. Itagaki greetings have been standard for decades. In casual conversation, I focus less on them and more on my individual achievements. Case in point, this 100 million yen suit that I tailored myself. Stylish, is it? It was valued by the ultimate appraiser. Wow, I didn't even know clothing could cost that much. I'll give you 1,000 for it.
I refuse to believe
No.
it.
The value of that suit is probably inflated anyway. Yeah, it's much easier to bribe an appraiser than it is to make a suit that costs that much. Especially when said suits look like something out of a rejected card game anime. Why, you exposing me to your horrid fashion sense. She has the best outfit of anyone here. Shut up. Forcing me to a medical emergency, falsely claiming that my family tortures workers with time-inappropriate holiday spirit. You've insulted me long enough. I will no longer tolerate you or this conversation. Leave it once, and don't return until you recognize the privilege of my company. We can't leave. We're literally trapped here. I'm done talking to you.
To stop.
Don't worry about him. He'll calm down eventually. He's like this with the others as well. Mara and I look at each other and shrug before turning away from an increasingly incensed OG. We direct our sights to another among the Winter Team Ultimates who's furiously thumbing away at a large and intricate book. She has a fucking best girl mug. Say, you guys haven't seen an espresso machine around, have you? Where did you find that mug? Seems like someone knows a hell of a lot about me since it was with me when I woke up. Best girl. Oh, thanks. The cup refers to me, Pinky. Says the girl wearing more pink than me, plus I'm the one who could actually read it from this angle. But you're still mistaken. Best girl has been with me through thick and thin. She's like a sister to me. She's provided me with hundreds and nay thousands of bittersweet brews. Okay, so she's surviving till the end. Whatever temporary affinity you have with this cup, it is meaningless. Only I am the best girl. Comprende? Fine, I get it. Can't get between a woman and her daily dose of socially acceptable drugs. She's the dev's favorite. So, I think she's surviving.
Here's a good one.
Obviously, it's because my talent requires me to work my butt off from dusk to dawn.
Gonishi! Chikamakonishi! I'm the ultimate extreme couponer!
What a wonderful title. I sometimes wish I was called the ultimate extreme activist. If you were an extreme activist, you'd probably be in prison or dead. She said, let's go, fucking bring the guillotines out. So, you're good at saving money then.
Money, 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 money.
Only the greatest in Japan. Stores downright hate me. I think some of them actually owe me money. As they should. It's only fair to punish them for their relentless price gouging. There's even been times I've cleaned their shelves bare with my trusty grimoire. I'm a master in the art of coupon collecting. The grimoire is my 70-pound coupon binder. Bro collects them like Pokemon cards. The spells in the grimoire have done dark functions indeed, able to sway any retail working and parting to their stock of their corporate overlords. I gathered these powerful hexes from tattered magazines, discarded cereal boxes, and my neighbor's trash bins. Stealing from your neighbors? That's almost as bad as straight up shoplifting.
Don't get it.
Shops are way too heavy to be lifted. They're like 50 tons of concrete. Plus, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Survive? Surely that's an exaggeration. Nope, I was super poor when I first started building my coupon collection. Like super poor, with 10 U's. I dined with rats and ate microwave dirts. I lived in a mud shack next to a radioactive coal factory. But after a few years of being thrifty, I'm finally living my best life. At this point, I've accumulated enough coupons to last me and the fam 3 lifetimes. Wow, really? Say, you don't have very many coupons you can share, do you? Are you okay?
Huh?
Whoa!
Wells curses you.
They want it. They want it, but they can't have it. It's okay, my precious Grimoire. Mommy won't let him get his filthy hands on you.
Shikuma continues muttering to the book, occasionally stopping to look dirtily in our direction. Halt!
Enough of your game!
Retreat 10 paces. Arms down and palms up. Mara and I are thoroughly shocked by the forcefulness of her command that we obliged without protest. The strange woman pulls out some disinfectant spray and begins flooding our hands with a deluge of chemicals.
Filthy simian!
Your hands are covered with the filth, the pestilence, virus, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. The servants of the White Horseman. Not a soul in this wretched place has a sense of proper hygiene. Touching all those filthy puzzle mechanisms with their unkempt hands, I plan to remedy that. Due to the absence of clean water, we'll have to make do with disinfectant, and lots of it. Is it really okay to be worried about a few germs? I mean, over a dozen Ultimates have been kidnapped. We've stumbled upon a massive conspiracy. I rub my hands anxiously, worried that the excessive amounts of disinfectant might somehow damage my skin. SCP? What? What does that mean? She must have already been using some kind of strange formula too. All of it is already dissolved. A few? Was it not for my chemical baptism? Millions of microbes would be crawling on your fingertips, writhing, feasting, and multiplying without restraint. Where is Girl A, though? Is she the mastermind? They'll be back. The remaining 1% of bacteria will rally their forces and bring about an infectious apocalypse. Ew, the 1%.
Give up.
Is her talent related to killing germs or something? I mean, I'd be surprised that you're this passionate about anything else.
Kill germs. I purge their material vessels with my weapons of alchemy and send them back to their infernal masters. I am Uta Kawakichi, the ultimate epidemiologist. Forgive me for this blasphemy, but wash your goddamn hands.
What?
Those are indeed
EpiPen topology? Is that a real word? Real as word of God. I studied disease outbreaks and their countermeasures. You find that the best countermeasure is basic personal hygiene. Many epidemics could have been prevented this way, an idea you find deeply frustrating. Just think of the lives that were lost and will continue to be lost. All preventable if just a few weren't so hygienically.
Assist me.
However, I suppose I should rest my efforts for a while. My disinfectant supplies are waning, and chasing all of you down to enforce cleanliness standards is bound to cross contaminations. So, you've all stumbled upon a bit of luck, it seems. Feel free to muck around in your filth with your heart's content. I like her design. In the meantime, I'll search relentlessly for the sinner who trapped us in this disease-riddled hotel. The stake out of their hideout mirrors the soul, vile to its core. I will take upon it to cleanse their entire being. You aren't gonna, like, make them swallow hand sanitizer, are you? We'll see. The depth of their villainy may require experimental treatment. Remind me not to get on her bad side. Hero, something's off here.
No?
We've talked to every Ultimate, explored every open passage, and there's still no sign of Girl A. I gaze around the room, unable to find anyone that matched Girl A's admittedly vague description. Do you think the corrupt mayor and Smurfette just made her up? That's incredibly disrespectful. No, maybe there's some kind of ultimate hide-and-seek expert or something. Or maybe, just putting it out there, they're the ones who kidnapped us, and they've been hiding in some kind of hidden room the whole time.
Let's just move on.
Maru, cut it out. I genuinely don't believe that any of our kidnappers are in the room with us. Why not? It makes for such a shocking reveal.
Sure.
Why would any of them risk their own safety when they could just watch us from afar? It doesn't make any sense. Don't go derailing my argument with logic. Fine, we'll keep looking. Should we check the circular door again? We never managed to unlock it, did I?
You bitch!
Let us out or I'll have everyone gang up and blow this door off the goddamn hinges. Not locking over a dozen people in a tiny cramped room, stealing their belongings? Who the fuck do you think you are? Airport security? What's wrong? Why did you... Ah! The circular door hangs slightly ajar. A maleficent figure appears on the other side. It glowers at us. Without warning, the wooden door slithers open and the shadow beyond is cast into the light.
Good to see you.
Hello there.
What's going on?
My sincerest apologies. I didn't mean to frighten you. The strange woman quietly adjusts her glasses and looks at us. You must be Hiroyuki and Maru, correct?
Did not see that coming.
Huh? You know our names? Of course she does. She's clearly the one who trapped us all here. Just look at her fancy outfit, her ID card, her glasses. She's just like some kind of privately contacted security officer. Oh my, I was told you all possess colorful personalities, but never mind. There's a quite innocent reason why I know your name, Maru. I'm one of Butakawa's instructors. Bullshit. Aren't you too young for that? That's awfully sweet of you, but no, I'm just your teacher, or at least I was supposed to be. How on earth are we supposed to know you're legit? They're not like any of us knew how this was supposed to work. You can take a closer look at my ID if you wish.
Despite these unforeseen circumstances, it's nice to meet so many of my pupils. I'm Shiori Nakagawa, Ultimate Instructor for the Academy's 17th class. You can also call me Professor, or even just Miss N.
Nakagawa. I think I've heard that name before. Yeah, I'm sure of it. She's definitely a teacher here. Maru, who's been viciously studying the ID, seems to arrive at a similar conclusion. Crap, she's not lying. You see, Maru, she's trustworthy. Still, it was a little strange. After that email thing we talked about, I really thought the school faculty were the ones responsible for this. No, I promise I played no part in this. I didn't even wake up until I heard your frantic knocking. It comes as quite a shock that so many people were trapped in this basement. Yet what I find is even more distressing is how they all seem to be my students. Hiroaki and Maru, you found someone else.
A concerning tale.
I'm afraid this isn't our teammate, however. Yeah, ours is way more quiet. Such egregious wardrobe choices, all of you. Does a single one of you know what a mirror is? Hey, be considerate. This is our teacher you're talking to. I'm Professor Shiori Nakagawa, but you can call me Miss N. Hold on, you're our instructor. Who are we gonna meet next? The Prime Minister? Were you kidnapped too, Shihori? Idiot! She's probably the one that brought us here. Was this all some form of poorly planned school orientation? What kind of orientation involves life-threatening escape rooms? Escape rooms? Guys, wait, I'm sure she's a victim just like the rest of us. You mean tell me not even teachers are safe from the clutches of our kidnappers? Oh man, we're definitely in some deep shit. Or bait mastermind? Yeah. Fellow peers, there's no need for hysterics. We must remain calm. If it wasn't the school that's responsible for this, maybe we should consider a supernatural explanation. The Lord works in mysterious ways, but this strikes me as a tad too far. Does anyone have any idea what's going on? Everyone, please. I'm aware that our situation leaves much to be desired, but if we could just... A palpable tension permeates the room, growing with every passing moment.
Maybe.
Maru, can I borrow your megaphone for just a second? I don't know, I'm usually opposed to authoritarian figures who seize control of our communication technology.
Come on.
Fine, maybe just for a bit.
Everyone, listen up.
The crowd falls into a stunned silence. Shoko opens his mouth to speak, but is quickly shushed by the people around him. I guess Maru was right. People really do listen to whoever has a megaphone.
Since we find ourselves in a delicate situation, I think it's best for me to be as concise and transparent as possible.
A bird man?
Like the rest of you, I was departing for the school, alone, before suddenly passing out on the boat.
How do you know that's what happened to the rest of us? How do you know that's what happened to the rest of us? We never told you.
I've been awake. I've learned a potentially disturbing piece of information. This underground location we're trapped in is beneath Bitokukawa Academy.
What?
Another round of murmurs materializes, but fades soon enough.
Stop right now.
Settle down. This is the basement section of the school's assembly building. I woke up upstairs a few minutes ago and glanced outside to confirm our location.
Not to ask for much.
You didn't search any of it in depth? No, I didn't want to run headfirst into a potentially dangerous situation. Why would they have this huge basement just for kidnappings? Are you guys prolific murderers? This area was mainly used for storage. There were no escape rooms or anything of the sort last year, I assure you.
Again.
I don't have much information, but please know I'm pulling my full effort in keeping you all safe. It comes as quite a shock to me as well. Today was supposed to be our opening ceremony, a proud day tainted by a scent of mysterious
I want you all to
crimes.
put your trust in me and work together. If only for now, as the ultimate instructor, I promise you, we will leave this place unharmed.
While Yasser and I Shihori calmly hands the megaphone back to her displeased, yet nonetheless impressed Maru, while the rest of us are senselessly bickering the entire time, it'd only take a few minutes to regain her composure and take the lead. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm on her side. Take it away, Teach. Tell us what to do to get out of this mess. Yes, I'm confident in our instructor's ability to handle this crisis. The previously rowdy crowd of students began bringing themselves in order. Is this what a class led by an ultimate instructor feels like? If so, then I definitely made the right choice in coming here.
That's all it takes for you to trust her?
Eh? We all turned towards the sound of the voice. Girl A.
I have a few questions for you, Professor. And depending on how you answer, we'll see if you really are just a victim in this whole situation.
Oh shit.
Girl A!
Stop calling me that.
The woman strolls into view, a resolute expression firmly planted on her face. She spoke with extreme confidence and poise, but from where I was standing, I could tell that her shoulders were trembling.
Oh.
Oh dear, those are some rather provocative statements.
No,
I'm confused. Who's this random loner? I mean, it sounds like she knows what she's talking about. I like her design! First of all, why were you alone while traveling to the island? I know that for a fact that all ultimate instructors are accompanied by a secretary at all times while they're on official business.
I have a theory.
Furthermore, it makes no sense that you'd only actually arrive at the school today. It's the opening ceremony. You should have been on the island for at least a week already, handling preparations with the rest of the academy. With the rest of the faculty. Who is she? She seems to know a lot about the school, but to barge in here and start conflict like this, it's... I quell my emotions and try to think. And finally, while the rest of us were locked in these rooms, you were kept in a place where you could glance outside and access the entire campus. The fact that the professor isn't saying anything really isn't helping. I think I have a better idea of what's going on here. You, and possibly a few others, sent those emails to us so we would isolate ourselves on the speedboats. You placed a timing-triggered sleeping agent on each boat, so by the time we arrived at the school, each of us would be unconscious. You and your accomplices hauled us from the beach over these buildings and into these rooms, which you'd rigged the deadly puzzle mechanisms over spring break. And finally, you locked the circular door and waited for all of us to assault the escape room so you could barge in and pretend to be one of the victims. Am I right or wrong? Oh my god, did she actually... If she was lying about all this stuff, how do we know if her name is actually Shihori? Her ID checks out. Given the fact that we've never seen one before, forging a real instructor's ID would be a simple task. So she's not actually one of the teachers here? That would be a monstrous revelation. Fraud of such an esteemed ultimate is the highest crime one can commit. Please. Just like before, the room descends into havoc, though this time with a much more negative and horrified tone. Yeah, this is bait! Who seems to be completely taken aback by Girl A's accusations.
I'm done with this.
I think it's best if you quietly surrender and tell us what you're planning. I don't think I can let this happen. This is all just a misunderstanding. I need to step in here, even if it means I need to bring up that. Wait, just one question, Girl A.
I wonder.
How did you know about everything she said? You weren't here when Professor Nakagawa introduced herself. After you and your team members left that escape room, I quickly slipped inside while you were busy with that statue. I've been listening in ever since. Why'd you do that? You were worried sick, running off by yourself in such a bad situation.
You're kidding.
Hiding was simply safer than hanging out in the open like the rest of you. If there was someone dangerous in the building, and there is, I wouldn't have been a sitting duck. I only left my hiding place once I realized their goal was manipulation and not murder. That's fair, I guess, but there's a problem with your theory.
Not that deep.
Yuta has actually been a bit of an administrative mess for the past few months. That explained why Professor Nakagawa didn't have a secretary, and why she didn't meet with the other faculty before the opening ceremony. Everyone's been scrambling to keep things together. So much of the old protocol was abandoned.
Cheese and crackers!
The old headmaster, he got arrested and fired from his job. Yeah, they tried to contain the scandal to local stations, but if you've both heard about it... What was he fired for? Sorry, I rarely pay attention to these kind of things. I'm pretty sure he killed someone? I thought it was just an accident. I mean, he got off on a light sentence during the trial. I heard he was hiding human remains, possibly inside this very basement. What? We've been stepping on graves? Bless our noble footwear and caution socks. I was joking, though I wouldn't rule it out either. You fear-mongering fishmonger! I see, so the involuntary departure of the headmaster explains the Professor Nakagawa's actions. What do you say, Professor? Am I right? As a matter of fact, you are correct. The truth is, I'm not at liberty to speak on this matter. I'm under a strict non-disclosure agreement for these type of topics. Yeah, there's been a lot of bad press with the school lately, so I can see why. As to why Professor was kept separate from us, perhaps our abductors didn't want her to help us with any of these escape rooms. She would have been able to calm her group down and get teams to work together, which isn't exactly how most of our teams behaved. It also could have been like a number thing, right? 17 doesn't evenly divide into much, right?
Hear that correctly?
There are 17 of us in total, right? I haven't been great with keeping track of these things. There's 17 of us! She's gonna die in the prologue! The teacher's gonna die in the prologue! This is just an opening cut case of a poorly prepared criminal getting caught in their lies.
The answer is thus.
She's gonna be killed in the prologue and then be very important for the rest of the game. It doesn't explain everything about the situation. It helps to shed light on many of the things the professor said.
No one is perfect.
Throwing around such bold claims would do nothing to ease our distress and hostility. It's best to remain calm, and if stronger evidence comes up, we can follow it to its logical conclusion.
If you say so.
Listen, I know you're just trying to help in your own way, but why don't you tell us your name and talent? I think that would be a good start.
I'm not telling you that.
She's Hideo Sako, the ultimate theorist.
Game theorist.
I'm grateful.
I see, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Hida wasn't trying to start anything out of ill intent. She's just used to theorizing about things. When Professor Nakagawa, she took it as an opportunity to use her talent for our sake. That's not even close to... That's literally just Kaede's face. So, Mrs. N wasn't behind this after all? Thanks for getting me riled up for nothing, girl, eh? Well then, since I've managed to turn this conversation around, I should try to change the subject. Now that we have Professor Nakagawa and Hide with us, all of Class 17 is here. 16 students and 1 instructor. That's how Peter Kukawa usually runs their classes. Fucking nerd! How do you know so much about this school? Well, going here has been my lifelong dream for as long as I can remember.
A+ in reasoning.
Your knowledge of the school has proven immensely helpful, Hiroaki. You're certainly living up to your title. Hiroaki said it well, Hide. I was admittedly taken aback by what you said to the point of speechlessness, but it's true. Under the school's recent scandals have affected the standard protocol. Under normal circumstances, I would have arrived at the island over a week ago. I sincerely apologize for any conclusions. I hope we can leave this misunderstanding behind us and start over, okay?
I don't get it.
Fine, I'll play along, for now. Still, I found it hard to take pity on her. She was the one who presented those ludicrous accusations in the first place. They weren't ludicrous!
Perhaps.
Okay, return to business, please. I suggest we take a brief recess here before...
Afterwards.
I imagine that these last few minutes have done nothing to improve your emotional state, so let's regroup. With that, everyone breaks apart and begins chatting among themselves. Though it does seem like a majority of them are avoiding girl Hide. What a cool laptop! Can I see it, please? Can you go away? I'm having as much trouble logging it in as it is. I must say, you can be in peak physical condition. You follow a specialized weightlifting routine. The will of the people is far heavier burden than any weight of a sandbag. I know that look, hero. I'm not actually screaming into the ear with a megaphone. Don't come after me. Oh well, for the most part they're all getting along. Today has been nothing short of exhausting, and I still don't have a single clue about why we're here, but at the very least, it's comforting knowing that all the Ultimates are finally working as one. Oh, I have to do the fucking voice now. I have to do the fucking voice now. I ain't reading that. This is probably a cipher. Someone decode that.
What?
What?
Oops! Sorry, everyone! I accidentally set my voice filter to Goofy and didn't go Principal. I just wanted to welcome you all to Bitokukawa Academy. I'm thrilled you've all started to become friends.
Huh?
That voice!
Excuse me?
It's like the one I heard on the tape recorder. It's not nearly as menacing though. To be honest, it's actually cute.
You've ruined everything.
Is this the Vile Cretin? Return my possessions this instant, Pearl. Don't provoke them. They surely have a sniper rifle aimed at all of us.
Didn't mean.
Citizens, you're
Fear not, my citizens. My suit is equipped with bulletproof spandex. I'll shoot you all with my body. How could they have rifles aimed at us? We're underground. Oh, forget us.
Together, please.
Oh, geez. It seems you're all bubbling with questions. I'm just gonna do the normal Monokuma voice, because I can't. Oh, geez. It seems you're all bubbling with questions about to burst. Don't worry, I'm going to show each and every one of you how to have the best, safest, most successful school experience.
I find that rather distasteful.
Experience. Surely this is an idea of an orientation.
That's the way of the rabble-rouser.
These people are unhinged. Is this what happens to you if you work in education?
One more thing.
Now I need you all to gather in the assembly room. It's easy to find because it's right above you. Go through the circular door and up the staircase. See you soon.
What the hell are you talking about?
There's no fucking chance I'm going up there now.
It's hard.
Are you just gonna hide away in your cupboard again? You can't do that forever. The grimoire once told of a big bad witch who lives in a cupboard instead a staircase, scribbling unnecessary and disturbing lore. There's no food or water down here, and while we've been able to manage this far, we'll need to search for supplies eventually. They haven't harmed us yet, right? Let's go upstairs. Teach, did you see anything out of place when you were up there? No, the room was completely empty. I didn't search it very carefully, though. I think it's best if we comply with their demands, assuming that's what they were. Truthfully, it's hard to tell. Gather behind me. I'll go up first. Volunteering to be on the front line. Such heroism. I'm sorry for ever distracting you, Lady Nakagawa. My eyes fucking flashbanged. Shit, why is this place empty? Maybe they got delayed. My clients are usually 20 or 30 minutes late to pick things up. That's because they're destitute geezers who use public transportation. I could ask the grimoire for advice. Are you attempting some sort of pagan divination ritual? Blasphemous! The devil herself must be whispering lies through your Torah Avarice. Take that back, Polyproliferator.
God, you're so lame.
How can your stupid-ass book have hurt feelings? Don't tell me you've animated it with satanic power. He's not satanic. He's a conduit for the divine power of legendary discounts. Ha, looks like you'd get along with that fisherman. That's not fair at all. Are you the ultimate simp? Oh wait, you can't say that word on Twitch, my bad. Namiki is above stealing newspaper clippings from his neighbors. Conquerors, stars, abyss. Seriously guys, it's 3 words. Infighting peasantry. The primary reason is why I retain my wealth.
Students.
God, the headache I'm getting from this argument is making my vision turn white.
How unexpected.
Did anyone hear that? The few of us able to hear Yato of the unfolding chaos turned to the source of the sound.
I'm glad you all listened to my announcement.
Why?
So incredibly sorry for the delay. I was trying to set up some things behind the scenes.
Why are you so...
What in Tard and Feather Nation? How is that thing talking and moving?
Is this some kind of prank?
My word, I knew that the Academy was experimenting with advanced technology, but... Technology? This is clearly the work of the 4 horsemen! It's a fucking... not a horse!
I didn't mean to!
It'd probably be better to avenge all the chimps we skinned for our latest designer handbags. What? What? It seems to be modeled after the statue we saw underground. Quick, someone distracted with a banana! Oh, I don't eat those. It's a carnivore. Stand back, or ready the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Please, everyone,
Please,
calm
calm
yourselves. I'm a harmless, friendly, huggable, fun-loving monkey. Think of me like a stuffed animal. Oh.
Please don't eat me, Mr. Monkey. You might turn blue or die of cholera or dysentery. I'm sure the others would be much healthier for you.
Maybe introducing myself will help? Goodness.
Cover your ears. Let this foul apparition of Lucifer hang you astray.
I'm Kokorosaru, counselor at Bitokukawa Academy. Relax, take deep breaths, ooh, and be mindful of yourself and others.
Unacceptable.
It claims to be employed by the Academy. Ludicrous. You shouldn't keep calling your counselor it, you know. It may be some people's preference, but it certainly isn't mine.
You asked for it.
Well then, Kakusaru.
It's Kokorosaru! Just Coco is fine. If you have trouble remembering, fantastique.
Coco. That's a cute name. I like it. We're not connecting it to the Coco Pads immediately? I assume that you're some kind of AI-powered robot. Wonder that's supposed to act as a therapist? Gold star for Naomi! Naomi, I'm glad someone understands. I was programmed with the data gathered by hundreds of thousands of psychiatric patients. I'm very confident in my abilities. Does that mean you have, like, data related to serial killers and stuff, too? Well, yes, but it's completely safe. All that data is pruned and mutated for my patient's safety.
Be alright.
That sounds violent. I hope the data's feeling well after such an invasive procedure. This can't be real. Even Fan seems tame in comparison to this. I'm also trained in over 7... Fuck you! I see... You're not slick! You are not slick with that right there! And 73, 1011 ways to resolve conflicts without hurting anyone's feelings. 73 and 11. 73, 11. You're not slick.
Your mom would be proud.
Why would anyone care about either of those things? What a fucking waste of AI. Let me guess, a good use would be when you used it for your forum profile picture, right?
Shut up!
Stable Diffusion is the future, dipshit.
I'd like to order the Caesar salad with a large fries and 2 waters to drink!
Huh?
We stared at the monkey with even more surprise than before.
Stop fighting!
That was conflict resolution number 5,695, spewing random nonsense. It shuts down even productive conversations. Sadly, it only works once or twice, so it would only be helpful if you got along right from now on. No. I figured as much. Take notes, Coco. Looks like we'll be in for a long ride. Ultimates are so conflict-prone at times, even with the best and fluffiest resources.
Call me.
Well, look on the bright side. If you were all perfect, then they wouldn't have needed to bring me in my special technology here. You mean those strange tablets we found? I'll give you 500 yen for them. I'm sure mine didn't work. Let me whip it out again. Oh, so that's where all the Cocoa Pads went. Strange, I didn't remember leaving them out yet. Man, you guys must have been so frustrated. You don't say. I had no idea what was happening when I turned mine on. The Cocoa Pads all produce arias for sure. They emit specialized infrasonic waves that interfere with your sensory mechanisms, causing you to perceive false sights, sounds, and haptics. Large spectator groups are accounted for as well. Okay, so my theory is that all of this is a hologram. Those are indeed words. And so captioned in all your Cocoa Pads. It's a pleasure to accommodate all of our students. There's an option to enable Cocoa closed captions. Thanks for the help, Mr. Robot. I feel both supported and deeply disturbed. Now I won't ignore everything you've been saying like I have for the past 5 minutes.
I'm a little concerned.
Perceive false sights. That seems rather suspicious, I'd say. What kind of intentions do you have in utilizing such technology? It's nothing like that. I haven't figured out how to make arias that aren't small and pixelated, so these Cocoa Pads are currently only used for... I'm planning to distribute random gifts to students where you can share with each other to build lasting and meaningful relationships. Wait, so that pixelated leaf blower was something I was supposed to give to another classmate? Is that correct, Amando? Would you like a tutorial on how to send you cute little gifts?
Oh.
Utilizing cutting-edge technology for such a frivolous
I
purpose.
am deeply disappointed.
I'm such curious if such wastefulness is commonplace in the academy. No one in their right mind would develop an autonomous AI just to use it on some obnoxiously sappy animatronic ape. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm trying my best, but please be nice. It's my first day on the job, and I'm just working with what I've been given. Why do we have to bend over backward for you? You are the therapist. This is not going well, Coco. I mean, I put you all in those group bonding rooms, and it only helped one team get along better. It looks like I won't be using that idea again. Wait, what? Group bonding rooms? Eep, I shouldn't have said that. You were responsible for trapping us in those?
Useless as
How could such a small stuffed animal carry us all? I may be small, but I have a big heart and bigger muscles. I can bench press over 90,000 pounds. Telling you that isn't really helping the situation, is it? Pounds? What sort of nonsense is going on? Now it's trying to confuse us with fictional units of measurement. Oh, right, they're all Japanese. Tell us, apparition of you, Lucifer, do the armies of hell also use these so-called pounds? Have at you! Ah! Please! You'll ruin my cough and subtly fur!
I see the problem here.
If nothing else, this is probably examples of how professionals in the field. Please, harassing the counselors with antiseptics is against the rules. Let's just break the fucking thing. I bet it's lying about how strong it is. While it's a shame to destroy such intriguing technology, the safety of my students is paramount. Rejoice! The professor is letting us lay waste to school property. I knew you were a fine teacher. Awesome! I'm great at smashing fancy shit up. My clients have me break their kids' smartphones all the time. That's a terrible way to discipline your child and Ah! The robot monkey sentence is cut off as Uta sends it flying across the room with a single kick. Whoa, that was amazing! How do you do that? I drew upon the power of the Holy Spirit. Only an apparition can harm another of its kind. I'm sorry I asked.
Mean to?
Guys, we should be heard hunting him. It was kind of nice to us, and... Forks and knives out, everyone! Tonight we dine on monkey brain! Excuse me, but you'll get infected with prions if you eat those. Calling pounds fictional? Hey, I'm American! Don't say that in front of me! I'm American, baby!
Seems right to me.
They're misfolded proteins that spongify your brain. That, or Chris... from an ancient demonic spirit. One of the two. I assure you, they're both. I wouldn't mind trying some, though, if there's hot sauce. Oh, geez, you guys can sure get a tense. Everyone crowds around Coco's small figure, each prepared for their preferred method of violence. I had no idea it would be this hard to handle a single class. I promise I'm doing my best, you guys. I just want to do... Why is his face pixelated? How terrible. We made him cry. Why is his mouth pixelated? His mouth was pixelated.
Enough of your game!
It's the scream to the damned. Cover your ears, let you be dragged to the ninth circle of hell. Wah! Suddenly, the stuffed animal violently lurches forward and quivering with a maddened intensity as its golden fur scorches to ashen gray. These screams are getting really intense. I kind of vibe with it, though. They remind me of my posse before a big protest. Your what? What's going on? Did y'all really break it with your fancy moves? I'll take care of it. Uta readies a forceful kick, but before the blow connect, the convulsing machines rocket through the air with an unnatural speed.
Far too slow. You must be severely depressed to have such horrible reflexes.
What the fuck?
So you have a split personality. Oh, so the host is actually on our side.
Inner demonic nature.
Maybe, I think.
Everyone, stand back while I ready my holy water.
Shit, you're a useless bodyguard. Get behind the big guy.
Do not worry, my peers. I will protect you through sheer force of will alone.
You idiot! That's not gonna help us against an actual demon!
I demand silence!
The walls shudder and creak in terror at the thunderous voice of the red-eyed phantom, which spoke with demanding cruelty. Without a fear, compliance, or misshapen amalgam of both, none of us utter a single word in response.
Worthless. All of you.
Such a pretentious palette of colorful cretins you are. Perhaps if I had his patience, I could have overlooked your irritating banter.
You are beyond.
But your antics and paltry excuses for jokes have eroded what little tolerance I had for you.
My, oh my.
Quite the quiet crowd I see. Frankly, I was expecting my appearance to cause a more vocal breed of terror.
Finally happening.
Seriously, where's the energy? Tack out your tongue? Cut like a deer in the lights of an oncoming train? Oh well, there's not much I can do. It's like Pink Monaco, like Monomi. After all, fear is a concept you have yet to truly understand. It remains distant. I think Monomi was like underutilized in Danganronpa 2. I think they could have done more shit with her. It remains distant, foreign to you all. But when at last you are faced with a moment of true fear, of primal fear, and a single instance of your unparalleled mortality, perhaps then I'll hear the harmonious screams I've been waiting for. What is this creature talking about? Mortality? Is this some kind of joke?
So it was you.
As a teacher at this academy, I cannot condone these violent threats. Whatever you're suggesting, I won't allow it.
Get out of my sight.
My, such arrogance. You think something as feeble as a teacher's permission matters to me? Are you gonna send me home early, give me detention, ask me to see the counselor? Why do you spend your time protecting these delinquents? They're not even your students anymore. What? If you want to find information to that, instruct these deplorables to check the student profiles on their area tablet.
You will be punished severely.
And now we won't be calling them we won't be calling them Cocoa Pads. Those who do will be punished severely. My Aria tablet is already in my hand, so it only takes a second to power it on and glance at the screen. A collective gasp.
The fuck?
Former Ultimate Apprentice? Oh! They stripped us of our ultimate titles. That makes things interesting. I saw this fangirl concept on Twitter the other day that was like, instead of ultimates, it was like, you're the worst at something. And I think that would be a unique concept. The single word at the beginning of my cherished title defies an invaluable, meaningful part of myself. No way this has got to be some kind of sick joke. There's got to be some kind of sick joke. It wasn't supposed to end like this. Not after everything I've been through to get here. I refuse to believe this is real. Former Ultimate Architect. Now that's a bit of irony, isn't it? Come on, I got my title only a few weeks ago and it's already gone. Man. Does this thing really has the necessary permissions to revoke my role? What nonsense! Utter garbage! It couldn't be. Shihori, you know anything like this? I don't. Only the headmaster has the authority to annul an ultimate title. But to use such extreme measures on one of our beloved students, much less an entire class, it's inconceivable. The headmaster? Ha! That old chump? Newsflash, pal. The academy and all the schmunks in it are under new management. By our authority, you miserable airworms have been corrupted by vice, and hereby worthy of your title, stripped of your titles. Hey, what does vice mean again? Hey Siri, define vice. Hey Siri, define vice. You've been corrupted by wicked behavior? What does that mean? Airworms?
What nonsense is
corrupted?
this?
Surely there's no reason to push such sensational claims. There's only two ways someone can lose their ultimate challenge. The first is failing the annual challenge and forfeiting your title to your challenger, which obviously didn't happen. The school year hasn't even started yet. And the second is if the school finds evidence of wrongdoing in the administration's process.
Screw off!
Well, that's definitely not it either. The way look at it, this former ultimate thing is complete bullshit. I think our abductors on this thing are just trying to screw with us. Feel free to delude yourselves however you wish. The truth remains immutable, inescapable. The truth that, in addition to all of you losing your titles,
your lives are mine.
Most among you will lose your lives as well. The room returns to total silence. Our restless denial dissolves into cutting, icy dread. We all must have suspected our captors would turn to violence, but hearing it spoken aloud is an entirely different experience. I see we're all paying attention now. That's good. The song is called Hear Evil, See Evil, Hear Evil, Do Evil. Let me elaborate what I mean from you all. There will be indeed be a degree of killing on the school campus.
Want to murder anyone?
A killing game, to be exact. The Killing Class Festival of Class 17, held at a dear old Butakawa Academy. Killing game? Like the kind you see in the TV shows and movies? Precisely! That's pathetically absurd. Who in their right mind would commit murder under these circumstances?
You are beyond therapy.
You'd be surprised what a victim of circumstances is capable of. With a sufficient motive, there isn't any depth too deep for the human mind.
How best to torment you?
You see, dear students, until our sorrowful song of slaughter reaches its grand finale, the school will be your permanent home.
Silence!
Without my permission, it's now impossible for you to... Without my permission... for you to leave or contact the outside world. We were being locked in here? This wasn't in any of the waivers I signed.
How did this happen?
You can't keep me here. My sister's probably on TV right now begging and pleading for the release of yours truly.
This isn't it.
I have a life back home. I have a family. A younger brother. My mom.
Oh no.
I don't have parents, but I want to go home too.
I detest him.
Yes. I'm quite aware.
You are guilty of assholism.
Assholism? You guys are misunderstanding me. If only you'd actually let me actually finish instead of trauma dumping.
To know?
The truth is, there are two reasons why I believe I doubt any of you will be stuck here for long. The first reason is that escape will be freely granted during the killing game.
You bitch!
Yeah, I know your type. What's the catch?
Such harmonious.
If any student wants to leave above all else, all they must do is surrender their virtues to their basest desires. In simplest terms, they have to kill another student. What?
Kiss my grits.
Why do you sound so surprised? It's in the name, Killing Class Festival.
Expected this.
It's not surprising that I have to dumb everything down for our less gifted students, even further than I already have. I want you to go stabby, knife down their life, kill them in room temperature blood.
Touché.
That's the worst kind of blood.
You deserve worse.
Of course, this is the real world. You can't get off scot-free after splitting someone's head open. That's far too easy. Far too dull. No, the murder is only the start of your troubles, I'm afraid. From there on out, things will become much more involved. Show me the graphic!
What you should do after committing murder is find an accomplice.
What?
Someone to rely on. Or throw under the bus if things get shaky.
That's new.
Yes. The killer will be granted the privilege of choosing a conspirator to aid them in the coming class trial.
Does the conspirator get a say?
Really, you'd have cooperated before and during the act of making a corpse, but death never comes at a convenient moment. And who am I to deny the occasional crime of passion? Oh, let's spice things up every once in a while.
Oh my fucking god! I retweeted a tweet about this just the other day. Hold on. I retweeted it. This is just the sacrifice from Your Turn to Die. Hold on. Where's that tweet? I retweeted a tweet about this just the other day. Does the conspirator get a say on whether or not they want to conspire or not? What in the Fangan motive? Back to the video game.
No way! None of us would work with someone like that! How narrow-minded of you. Would you not respond with force if I threatened to burn your precious grimoire? But I'm getting ahead of myself. When 3 or more people witness a corpse at the same time, the body discovery announcement will sound for all to hear. 3 simultaneous observers of
Okay, it has to be 3. Okay, it has to be 3 people at the same time.
It's an advanced version of it. From then on, the innocent, spotless students will investigate the crime, while the killer, and the conspirator, if one exists, will play the role of the blackened, undermining the truth at every turn. Once the investigation comes to an end, all of you will be cordially confined in our courtroom and forced to find the blackened student or students. And at the end, you will vote for a student to be executed. A fatal finale for a fruitless crime. If a spotless student receives the popular vote, all blackened students will earn the right to leave this academy. Meanwhile,
Including
the idiots who allowed a mere criminal to best them will be rightfully executed. Talk about a worst-case scenario. The rules are rules. I trust you'll strive to avoid this outcome. So every spotless student dies?
So that's how the conspirator thing is how they're differing it from Danganronpa. Okay, that's cool. I'm down.
Is that not what I said, you short-sighted If the killer receives the most votes, they alone.
Oh! And then the conspirator remains alive.
Will continue.
That means you'll have a conspirator among.
Conspirator, you ask? Well, after the trial, they will be cured of their vice and allowed to live on.
The conspirator will live among them. Like someone who knowing this is just the third case of V3 if they didn't wimp out and make Korekiyo the killer of both.
Oh, boo-hoo! How unfair! They're a filthy, rotten backstabber who nearly doomed you all to mass execution. And you can't do anything about it, except kill them, of course. Finally, if the conspirator receives a relative majority, they alone will be executed, and things will proceed as usual. This time, the killer is spared.
Okay.
And will continue to walk among you as the game continues. Particularly outrageous, isn't it?
So you can just.
They were the ones who did the dirty deed, yet their lackey took the fall.
This is insane!
That's interesting because you could just have someone kill the same person kill over and over and over again and never get caught.
You little shit!
How do you expect us to solve actual murders, especially when up to 2 of us are actively working against the group?
Pleased to know.
Well, it'll certainly be hard, but it's not impossible. Surely if it's not too much to ask a group of such prestigious... Oh wait, you're not Ultimates anymore. How unfortunate, but too bad. Snoop around and collect alibis because this will be a mandatory assignment. Oh, and a word of advice, if 2 people start vouching for each other really, really passionately, they're probably both blackened. Probably. The rules describing the 2 blackened rules will be known as the kill-cure system. There's also a few technicalities when it comes to multiple victims, multiple killers, tied votes, suicides, yada yada yada. We'll burn those bridges if we come to them. For now, just keep things simple. I refuse to participate in this. That's fine. I mentioned before there will be 2 reasons why your imprisonment will not last long. The possibility of a blackened victor is the first. However, that is just a possibility. There's always the chance that your colorful creatures will move intelligence, solving every murder that comes your way. Even worse is a scenario in which no murders happen for an extended period of time. Sounds like something for us to strive for then. I do not have the patience to wait for a tragedy that will never come. As is the merciful nature of my other half will surely fade away as time passes, so too will my interest in this killing game. Therefore, once the festival reaches 34 days, I shall declare Caesura and bring the symphony to a swift conclusion. When that happens, the only rule remaining will be survival of the fittest. So, kind of like a sudden death match? If that helps you, then so be it. True chaos will be brought forth. The bonds forged through your time here will be trampled upon as I turn friends against friends. Allies betrayed and slaughtered without a second thought. The most cherished of ideals. So, if it lasts 34 days, we enter Battle Royale mode. Only one will remain. I wonder if the game will let you choose either of them. I doubt it, because then they'd have to write different dialogue for each character, and you see how Your Turn to Die 3-2, how long that has taken. So, like, because Nanakidai has to write different dialogue for Sho/Kana, and then Reko/ and then also Reko/ not Sho, what is the name? Shin / Kana, and then also Reko/ Alice. So, that's a lot of work. The ever-growing dread I've been nurturing throughout the creature's cruel explanation takes on a cruel form. A vision of the destroyed academy, our corpses strewn across the courtyard as the authorities frantically, hopelessly searching for survivors. Is this what he's going to do to us? Forgive me if I'm being a bit vague about what will happen. In truth, I would like for much of it to remain a surprise. And by the look of things, a bit of secrecy can leave a lasting impression. That's fucked up.
Is cruel.
So the second reason why you don't that must be the second reason. We're all going to die in a month or so. Is that it? Well, no fate set its own. I wouldn't count on a miracle though. Just to be safe, you should play the killing game as intended. What if we refuse to kill each other in the Battle Royale? What will you do then? The procedures of the class trial are well defined and meticulously enforced. Much better than taking your chances with an unknown rule. Oh, the rule set is unknown. Threatening as that may be, we will not bow to your whims. None of us will commit murder. That's what they all say, but they never mean it. You're simply performing an act of self-righteousness to keep up appearances. No matter, it'll be fun to watch your sense of justice shatter and crumble to dust. Cut the humor. This farce has gone on way too far. Yeah, this ain't funny anymore. Can we go back to the part where we were ganging up on you? To turn the tables so suddenly, only a demon could bring about such a swift change in fortune.
My oh my.
If only, but there isn't service here, Talks.
Disappointed.
I suspected as much. It is simply inconceivable that it would allow us to contact the outside world after going through all this effort to contain us. As such, there is not much we can do to leverage this situation. Our only weapon is to stay calm and... Stay calm! Stay calm when this hellspawn is enticing us to break the sixth most important commandment? 6? That one has to be at least number 2. After the one that says you need to take the day off on Sunday. I suggest we run. It probably can't chase all of us at once. No, I wouldn't force anyone to fend for themselves. Okay, you can be the meat shield then. Someone distract the fucking monkey or something. The rest of us can swim to safety. We're miles away from the mainland. I could try throwing my megaphone at it. It's like 4 kilograms, so it could probably do a lot of damage. I can hear you, you know. Ooh, I got it. Throw the short one.
How violent!
I think throwing people would just make it more angry. We must find a way to resolve this peacefully. This is all too much. Coco, how did you do something like this?
Coco! Don't you dare mistake me for that insufferable, saccharine, spineless, uninspired...
Why are your hands pixely? You are
Vice Counselor at
You are a hologram.
And unequivocal master of your minds and bodies.
Bizarro Sorrow.
And if you don't think about hurting yourself or others within the next 30 days, I'll have failed at my job. We will.
That explains why it's been so violent and cruel in comparison. Maybe we could try to bring the other monkey back. That one seemed a lot nicer. if you're gonna show bias toward my lesser half, at least be discreet about it. Since you have the gall to make such a diminutive comparison, I should probably mention that all the rules I brought up here are just a formality. If you piss me off too much, I might just snap your neck on the spot. And that last comment you made put you on thin ice, Twinkle Toes.
You should be ashamed.
No wonder you're so set on us killing each other. No being with a conscience could devise a system so outlandishly cruel. We're all gonna die, aren't we? I was not prepared for this at all. You're fucking useless. I'll show you cruel and arbitrary. Eat shit, bonable bitch.
Impossible.
No, wait! Shoko rushes towards the malevolent creature, screaming and flailing his limbs with rage. In an instant, the futility of Shoko's impassioned assault is made abundantly clear. Is the Redditor dying first?
My. Someone felt tempted to reach for the monkey's paw.
Its tail scarf had tripled in length, constricting Shoko's neck like a blood's. Every so often, its audibly desperate gasp as the left Lucha grips just enough to keep Shoko alive.
Why am I not surprised? There's always one dimwit who tries to attack the mascot and gets maimed in the process.
So, is this just like haha funny fourth wall breaking? Making fun of fangins? Or is this like, does Danganronpa or any other fangin exist in this universe?
That's...
Fuck you!
Kill the Redditor!
A fighter.
Mods, twist their balls. I'll do it later.
Don't delude yourself into thinking you're some kind of martyr. You're merely a means to an end. A tool that I'll use to establish the stakes of our game. A way to show these idiots how serious I really am. Serious enough to give our class a front row seat to a human dissection.
Shoko flails about like a dying animal, furiously scratching and clawing his neck to no avail. His weakening cries of terror firmly pierce the dust of my soul, but the cold and heavy hand of fear holds me firmly in place.
Or whatever you call yourself, please, let him go. We'll work within your rules, if only for now.
Now that you're faced with the consequences of your own actions, you're suddenly willing to listen? How appallingly predictable. You think that's enough to forgive the level of utter disrespect you've all treated me with?
We're sorry about Una kicking you as well. We promise it won't happen again.
Yeah, and I was just joking about the monkey brains as well. I wasn't, yes! Super sorry! My sincerest condolences to your species for having such delectable gray matter.
Your word is law in this academy. We won't forget it.
Please let him go, Mr. Bizarro Saru, sir. We're begging you.
Why are we all getting on our knees for the fucking Redditor? Oh, right, they did. Why are we all begging and pleading for the fucking Redditor? Let the bitch die, I say.
Finally, we reach an understanding.
Let the bitch die.
Hear me well, airworms. Abandon all your pitiful notions of escaping from this island on your own terms. Every plan you've ever conceived, every trick you'll ever employ, I've already predicted and accounted for. Frankly, I expected something bit smarter than a direct and announced attack. I'm insulted that you even thought to try. Attempting to escape, contacting the outside world, breaking our game with some trivial technicality. You'll find it all quite impossible, I'm afraid. I want nothing more than a good, clean bloodbath. Former Ultimates indulging in vice, free to suffer the consequences. Oh, and teach this pint-sized punk not to cross me again. I'd hate to deprive you the pleasure of killing such a miserable whelp.
Damn. It effortlessly tosses Shoko towards us like a ragdoll. He hits the floor and writhes in pain before his limbs abruptly go limp. We recoil upon seeing the dozens of blood-red marks carefully traced in the skin of his neck.
I think he'll be fine, but he needs fresh air immediately.
Well, There's a lot of it outside this room, isn't there? Feel free to leave. It'll be much easier to commit murder when you're all scattered and unaccounted for. Oh, I can't wait to see who will die first. Should we start taking bets? My money's on the one who deserves it. I might just maul one of you here and now for the fun of it. Let's get things started with a bang, why don't we?
At that moment, the ceiling lets loose a fine, cloaking the air in a sea of gray. Oh, are you really killing one of us just because you feel like it?
It's trying to poison us! Ah! We have to get out of here! Hold your breath for as long as you can!
The door's unlocked, isn't it? Then let's make like an actor and exit stage left.
Are you really trying to poison us? It's just smoke. As we fly through the door in a mindless sprint, we find ourselves greeted by a formless black sky.
Is it me? Or is Biz?
Run faster, legs!
So we just... I'm gonna kill you.
Everyone, listen to me. There's a path to the left. Keep following it and enter the second building that you see. It should be safe there.
Got it!
Professor Nakagawa's confident instructions temporarily stifle my panicked aimlessness. We heed her words and pass by a set of towering walls. The scare... We made it. It doesn't take long for the remaining students to join us. How much longer is this game? Last to arrive before Professor Nakagawa, who gently drapes Shoko, are Professor Nakagawa and Uta, who burst through the door saying after. I'm glad we all made it here safely. My word, you ran here in heels while carrying Shoko? Maybe. It wasn't that difficult to manage, physically speaking. Don't let him hear you say that. Would one of you help me carry him to his dorm room so he can rest? Of course, you've done more than enough already. Dorm rooms? Oh shit, we get dorm rooms? I checked my surroundings. Of course, I remember this place. This is the lobby of the school dormitory. This particular building has enough space for us to each have a private room, along with water and electricity. It was the safest place I could... There being 17 members is interesting.
Hang on!
We can't do that. We have to get the hell out of here. Maru ignores a protesting Professor Nakagawa and proceeds to pound on the door with a tightened fist. What the fuck? Hey, it's locked! Seriously? It was unlocked only a moment ago. You didn't think that evil monkey predicted we would come here? Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Looks like we're back to square one. Well, there's some good news at least. Can you all take a look at that door over there?
Wow.
It's a pantry. These boxes all seem to be filled with tools and food. We keep plenty of food here for our students. There's this face on some of them though. It should be safe until tomorrow morning. Fine, I guess we should stay safe for now. Now then, today has all been nothing but horrifying developments, and I'm sure we're all exhausted. For now, I suggest we go upstairs now that we're finally safe. I'm sorry! Holy shit, it's back! I can't let him take control like that again. What kind of counselor attacks his own students? What will Mom think of me when I get charged with assault and battery? Do monkeys even have mothers? I thought they hatched from coconuts. What? And I threatened you all to kill each other, and I don't even know how I can go back from this. This is unforgivable.
I give up.
Whoa, back up. I thought you were the one who trapped us here. Well, that was only for healthy and wholesome group bonding, I swear. I read your book that escape rooms can help students learn to cooperate, so that's why I set them up. Learn, cooperate, we nearly burned to death. Wait, really? No wonder you hated me so. I failed as my job as counselor. Yeah, we get it already. Stop crying. I know it helps kill bacteria, but this is crossing a line. So if I'm hearing correctly, you're unable to control that thing that took over you earlier. How pathetic. He's probably the one who rigged those escape rooms with death traps. I don't trust you. Yeah, he often erases my memory when he's in control. Toyo takes a look at her cocoa pads and frowns. These excuses are pretty lame if you went through the trouble of putting them in text for me. That's true, even if Biss is the one doing all this, as your counselor, I'm still responsible for what happened to Shoko and everyone else. I wish there was something I could do to help.
Wouldn't you say?
I know, you can help us leave this island. You'd be the best counselor ever. Put your money where your mouth is, counselor. Help us escape the cruelty of your demon doppelganger. Well...
Here's the problem.
Sorry, everyone, but Bizarro Sorrow is kind of taking over the whole island. He's the only one that can let you guys out, and I don't think he wants to anytime soon. So, the trademark plural-coded character with a murderous alter. Yeah, it's like if Monokuma and Monami were the same person. There's a lot of things I just can't do. Helping you guys escape is one of them. If I tried, you'd take over and kill everyone just out of spite. Never mind, we don't need your help. If you don't mind, try not to get anywhere near us, thanks. Please believe me, I don't want this killing game. I'm a pacifist. I don't even eat fruit because it hurts their feelings. Biz always tries to take over when I'm feeling sad.
This cannot be.
Is that a threat? Are you saying we'll be killed if we don't coddle you at every turn? Of course not. You're unable to aid in our escape, and I assume from a similar rule applies to stopping these so-called class trials from happening.
To your counselor.
Yeah, directly preventing a murder would cause Biz to take over. But at least I can give you guys 3 meals a day and a warm, cozy bed while you're here. Isn't that nice?
Need your mommy.
I know I'm risking our lives by saying this, but wow, you're totally useless. I bet it's only pretending to be on our side while secretly working against us. Standard good cop, bad cop bullshit. Fear not, friend, for Marker Yokome, striker extraordinaire, is unfazed by simple coercion tactics. You know, that actually kind of makes sense, kinda.
I'm good.
If the bad one mistreats us enough, we'll beg for the good one to return, and perhaps even trust it. I got it. You're trying to set up some cheap, lazy, I know you're in there somewhere type moments, are you? Even I think that trope sucks. You truly outdone yourself. I promise I don't actually like murder. You guys really do have a point, though. I guess I need to prove myself instead of sitting there complaining. Yes, such a thing would be helpful, I'm sure. I can provide you with motives not to kill each other. What? Just a few minor nudges to help you guys stop your thoughts about murder.
Sensitive.
We can survive together.
It's indirect to avoid Biz taking over. It's the perfect plan.
That's a misconception.
I could think of a great many ways, but at least you're trying. Hooray for encouragement!
Check my
I'm gonna try to come up with a few of these anti-motives right away. That's interesting! So instead of motives, we have motives not to kill, which inevitably will be turned into motives to kill. Until then, please don't kill each other, I'm begging you!
Huh?
How did it...
LOL.
So this is the part where we stare at each other with suspicion or something. Is that what we're supposed to do? I think it's for the best if you disregard everything that Tokoro Saru said. Don't be alarmed by this killing game business, but don't antagonize Bizarro Saru if you see him either. Please just try to stay calm until morning. If you say so, we are on a time limit though. I assume you're speaking of the Caesar that the other half threatened us with.
Maybe.
Right. For now, please don't concern yourself with that either. It seems just like another intimidation tactic, an empty one, as I believe we'll be rescued in a few days. We may not be able to contact the outside world, but they'll come looking for us. I'm sure of it. You're very eager to get us to stop thinking about the danger we're in. Yato, please help me with Shoko. Very well. That interaction was certainly unpleasant.
Extortion.
I agree with Girl A. We gotta get rid of that monkey, man. It's just a monkey, not a half man. From a certain perspective, are we not just... Shut up, you know what I mean. Who cares if it backflips and strangles people? It can't be an... Boom. Yeah, there could be some kind of central processing unit or server we could target.
I didn't know that.
I'm surprised you know such contact lingo, Taro. Taro? When you've taken apart as many devices as I have, you start to pick this stuff up. I adamantly disapprove of this line of speculation. The only way to leave this island is through peaceful means. If we resort to violence, we risk alienating our only ally. You mean the good cop monkey? I thought we established that it's faking it for some handcrafted sci-fi trope or whatever. Yeah, all it's got going for it is giving us motives or something, but ain't motives to convince you to kill, not stop you? Even if he isn't fully trustworthy, we are in desperate need of all the help we can get. Furthermore, the Sorling Last judges one actions, not the person they happen to share a body with. Right, but he admitted to trapping us in those escape rooms. Right, I suppose we could at least find his power button, though I hope he wouldn't have to use it. I'll share, since we're sure about this, I'll share a spell in the grimoire to deal with mechanical enemies. It's a QR code that'll fry any barcode scanner. I wonder if we can get Coco to scan it. I doubt it. And why do you have something so illicit?
Bear with me.
No, I'm sorry. Reading so much out loud for so long hurts my throat, so I'm getting tired of reading.
Should we do some asanas?
If it helps, may I suggest some asanas to take our mind off of things?
It can't be.
Why do you keep bringing up saunas? You were nearly cooked extra crispy in that escape room. Haven't you nearly had enough heat?
Huh?
Whoa, cool. I didn't know someone could look so calm and so angry at the same time. I'd better take notes for future reference. Personally, I think anxiety might help in our situation. That kind of the creature's idea of a killing game might seem absurd to us now, but if we trap you for long enough, people might start getting ideas. For one, it'd be easy to kill you for sure. Sneak up behind and lights out for kill ya. Ooh, or maybe you could manipulate me into playing the fool during the trial, since I don't quite hear quite the same as everyone else.
Let's just move on.
That's not funny. Hey, it's not funny. I use my humor to cope. Say, does that horn actually work as a hearing aid? Of course not. It's a prop I used to get laughs out of people. Don't worry, I got the real things too. Though at this point, I don't really need them no more. I see. I was wondering why you'd carry such a thing. It felt a little bit dark, if you don't mind me saying. Yep, my humor gets a bit weird and wacky.
Honest.
This is quite a conversation for a group of would-could-be killers to have. If you must accuse anyone of committing murder in the future, I would place my bets on the affront of God and science with thighs on the tears of children.
I am deeply disappointed.
Uta, such words are deeply unforgivable.
Bad idea.
Why? Do you expect her to be a victim instead? Can't say I don't see it.
I'm scared.
Oh my, what a terrifying expression. It's fine. What am I going to do about insults? Tell my parents?
What in tarnation?
Ha! I mean, oh no, how sad. Ouch, now I feel like the villain here.
Then.
I, on the other hand, do not. I was merely speaking my mind, as I do in my sermons. Do your sermons typically involve such tactless remarks? I consider myself to be rather tame, at least compared to the members of other certain denominations. Pray that you never face the dread of a smiling man in a monochromatic attire at your door. What?
Have some self-awareness.
As a matter of fact, we've all faced such dread before. We've been feeling it ever since you've opened your mouth. You're lucky I don't have security with me. Folks like you usually just get chased out by the hounds. I certainly have my work cut out for me. Let's start with the simple asanas. Participation for you two is mandatory. Please, I haven't done stretches in years. I paid someone else to do them for me. Better start running then. Well, it looks like they're all in high spirits, and it seems they'll be fine on their own. In the meantime, I should probably head to the second floor. Oh, here, are you heading up already? Honestly, I don't blame you. It's been such a crazy day. I never would have guessed we'd end up in a situation like this. Wait, weren't you one of the first people to say we were kidnapped? Well, yeah, I always knew of that possibility, but I expected it to be some slimy union-busting oligarch, not some crazy murder monkey. Well, regardless of who or why, I'm glad that no one seems to be taking that killing game business to heart. No one in their right mind would attempt something so vicious. That biz creature deserves a rude awakening. Yeah, honestly, this seems like an absolute dumpster fire of a day. I'm trying to cope in my own weird way, but yes, I actually like the chance getting to meet you all. Yes, even Shoko.
Did not see that coming.
That or you finally lost it. Seriously, even the twerp? Hey, anyone with the balls to stand up to authority like he did deserves a little respect in my book. That and a fewer short jokes. Yeah. Point taken, I suppose. But enough about that, loser. You were great with exploration partner, Puzzle Dude. Thanks for putting up with me for so long. Thanks, it was nice to meet you too. Alright then, I'm gonna go back to chatting with everyone. These idiots need someone to shoot their crazy ideas down. Good night, stay safe! I think Mara helped me out a lot today. It's great to see someone— oh, she's dying first! Absolutely. Oh, she's absolutely dying first. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I love you. Please don't die first.
I can handle any.
You got it, chum.
You want to shake on it? I reply sarcastically in sign language, but I have a speech impediment. I take that as a yes then. Who has 2 thumbs and hates fishing? The posse will mark ahead on my wall if they ever find out about this conversation. They said it's on the right side, so it's this way. What is my name again? This one looks like me. As I reach for the door, I'm interrupted by voices behind me. It doesn't seem like he'll be waking up anytime soon. I can only pray that none of his injuries are permanent. Oh, hello, Hiroaki. You seem a bit on edge, so I'd like you to know that Shoko is resting comfortably in his room. Strangely enough, only part of his neck was injured. A small area in front badly blistered. Weird, if he was strangled, shouldn't his neck have similar wounds on all sides? Perhaps Bizarro Saru was going easy on him. Why would he do such a thing?
Maybe.
If he really wants us to follow this game, it doesn't make sense to kill one of his players so soon. It would give us a common enemy, someone to fight against. It would ruin the stakes, as corny as it sounds. You could be onto something. Perhaps all its murderous threats ring hollow. If that's true, maybe there's still a chance we can resist.
Mistaken.
Absolutely not. Yato, as your instructor, I forbid you from taking such drastic measures.
That's impossible.
It's impossible to predict what could happen if we defy it, and I can't bear to see another one of my students get hurt. It pains me to see how all this unfolds. It hurts knowing just how powerless I am in this situation. I apologize for being such a thoughtless idea. I'm sure it'll be okay. From what I saw, morale is so high enough for us to be cracking crude jokes with each other. They really are an upbeat class, aren't they? I was initially worried that none of them would get along, but so many have managed to make friends already. And if the Yellow Monkey was speaking the truth, then his anti-motives could certainly keep the spirits higher. Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out. Once we escape this and capture the people behind us, I'm sure we'll all become the best of friends. It's funny, despite everything that's happened, I'm so excited for our future. Yup, definitely. So this is my room, huh? To be honest, I was expecting a lot worse. Though it does beg the question, if Biz really wants to kill each other, shouldn't he have made it unbearable to live here? It'd force our hand a lot faster. Maybe Coco really is trying his best to keep us comfortable. If that's true, then there's a chance we can all get through this. No, it's more than that. I'm sure we will. No one's going to try anything if we can count on the fact that we're going to be rescued soon. They have to come eventually, right? The twisted, impossible web of innumerable mysteries weighs on my mind as I think. Who's behind all of this? If Coco and Biz really are AI, then the question... As much as I wanted to attend, I never saw Butakawa as the type of school where people had such ingenuity, and yet the technology certainly exists. Wherever they are, they're probably keeping close tabs on us. I bet they're hoping someone will sat. Hoping that someone will indulge them and join in on their vicious game. That's why they tried to convince us that we had lost our titles. This killing game isn't just physical, it's psychological. What kind of person could do something... A measured series of knocks interrupts my mental stupor. I blink my eyes open in surprise to answer the door. Hi! Why is her name Girl A again? Girl A. She was almost completely silent when everyone was chatting in the lobby earlier.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess. It's important, right?
That's weird.
It's that teacher, Shihori. Professor Nakagawa. Yeah, her. She's really bad news. Not this again. No, I mean it. She's a liar, and a bad one at that. The group might have brought her music excuses, but I didn't.
It's not right.
None of what she said is true. She confirmed my suspicions when she let us here.
Excuse me?
I have a theory.
While the rest of you panicked and ran without thinking, I tried the door to another building, locked.
Done with this.
How could she possibly know that only the dorms were unlocked? How could she possibly know that the power in this building was on? She knows what's going on here, Hiroaki. We're just following her script. Isn't all of this at least a little suspicious to you? No, it's just...
not that deep.
Do you know what it takes to be an ultimate instructor?
Jack of all
You have to be an ultimate yourself. Not only that, you have to graduate with nothing short of impeccable grades. You're required to be on good terms with every staff member, and spend years assisting them as secretary. Even that's not a guarantee. Anyone who goes through a process as rigorous as that must be seriously committed to Burokawa. Okay, so either they're killing her off first, like they did with Wolfgang, because after Eden's Garden, I'm never trusting a character to live to, like, an important character again. But I think either she dies chapter 1 or she dies late game, like chapter 5, 6. Honestly, I'd put my bets on chapter 5, 6. But then again, I said the same thing about Wolfgang. But, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you again, but more. As an ultimate, you have no shortage of options. Your point being...
Clear.
My point is that even though I've only met Professor Nakagawa today, I can tell she's extremely devoted to the school from her title alone. Someone like her would never trap us in this crazy killing game, much less lie by doing so to our faces. It's absurd. It's far more likely that the person behind this just has it out for the school. It's not uncommon for people to be jealous of Burokawa and its prestige. Until we have some definitive proof about any of this, I need you to stop throwing around such horrible accusations. Please?
I'm trying my hardest.
Fine, I won't say anything else. I know it's a bit harsh of me. No, I understand. I need to stop thinking the works of others. It would just help if I calmed down and approached this slowly. Trying to solve things like this has always given me tunnel vision. Sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. I'm sorry, but thanks here, Rocky. Really.
See you.
I appreciate it. Good night, I think.
Bye.
Bye. It doesn't matter anymore, though. I'm glad we won't have to deal with that. Now, where was I? Oh, right. My final question. Could any of this be related to what happened with him? Could it be a coincidence that this happened just months after he was arrested? I know he wasn't exactly perfect, but he couldn't have done anything to warrant something like this. If only I could talk to him now. I might actually enjoy one of his cheesy pep talks for once. I guess I might have to be the one to motivate myself. This game of death and cruelty, so long as we're unyielding in our virtue, there's no way we're going to lose to it. The defining trait of a Bitakawa ultimate student. Achieving greatness in the eyes of others, no matter what. That's my goal. Once I accomplish that, I will finally have my right to call myself the ultimate apprentice.
Surprised to see me?
Amidst the barren hall, she lies awake in the dead of night with an agonized expression. How pathetic!
All of you.
If any semblance of justice existed in this broken, meaningless world of ours, your efforts would have likely borne fruit. Alas, such concept of fairness is mere tricks of the mind. I can only presume that the mask she wears will crack and shatter in time, revealing the desperation lurking beneath. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about the teacher?
And so, our performance begins. The stage is set. The curtain has risen.
Wait, you said 16!
Have been cast in
But there's 17 of us!
It's amusing how little they suspect. Though he'd already revealed the true nature of our little game, none paid his words any heed.
He did?
Of course. This wouldn't have gone so smoothly without the marvelous work of our star player. I almost regret my plans to dispose of them. Just you wait, my wonderful audience. Soon,
so there's a
you'll
traitor.
be aware that not a shred of hope remains for these miserable aliens.
I think the teacher is the traitor. No, it said his. I think we're the traitor, maybe. And we don't know.
I am the Lord of Delusion, the wisdom of reprisal, and the patience of 1,000 years. The id to his ego, the animus to his anima, the yin to his yang. In a word, you may call me his shadow.
You mean the professor's shadow?
Go forth, former ultimates! Show the world your beautiful vice!
Hey, that's the name of the game. Airworms exterminated. And that was the video game. Hajime was basically the mastermind in... Alright, it's time for... It's time for everyone's favorite thing. The game is so complicated that I don't know how I'm going to do this. But first let's do it normally. It's tier list. Let's do a normal tier list of how much I like them. And I'm not going to explain my rankings for each one, just because I need to end stream soon. But I'm just going to quickly make a tier list and quickly go over them. She's my GOAT. She's S tier. Easy S tier. And in fact, she is the only S tier. Then in A tier, I'm going to put you. I like your design, so I'll put you here. You. And then yeah, that should be obvious. I'm actually going to put you in A tier as well. And then you down in B tier. And I think she's annoying so far. I think she's annoying so far, but like, but I don't know. I think she has the potential to be cool, but so far she's annoying. And then these two are also annoying. Okay, that's the ranking. I don't know where I'd place these two. We'll put... I think I'd place Bizarro. I like Bizarro's just like, I'm doing things just for the fuck of it. I'd place him here. And then Coco, I'd place... I like the idea of anti-motives. I'll place him here. That's the tier list. Duplicate tab. Now for the harder part. We need to... Where's the reset button here? We need to... I'm going to do my predictions. So, Chapter 1. I think she's going to be the victim of Chapter 1. And then the killer is going to be you, and you're going to die. It's going to be like a traditional Danganronpa trial with the killer dying. And I'm not going to be do conspirators, because that's just gonna mess up things. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know how to rank that, because yeah, but I think these two will die, and this one will be the victim, and this one will be either the killer or the accomplice, and will die. Then chapter 2. Chapter 2 is usually just a throwaway trial, just to thin out the roster in Danganronpa. So, I'm going to take some of the throwaway guys. I'm going to say these two. Guy there. Then chapter 3, if this follows traditional Danganronpa formula and has a double kill in chapter 3, which it might not. I think it's going to be the Redditor, the Architect. I expect they will have a redemption arc for a killer or a accomplice, and the mayor. And I think of those, the Redditor is going to be like the Blackened. Then chapter 4. I think it's going to be these two. I don't know which is which, but I think it's going to be these two. Then chapter 5, I think it's going to be Girl A, and then you. No, wait, you survive. You seem to be a fan favorite. You die here. Or maybe... Yeah, they tend to get the annoying characters out of the way first, right? And Big Guy dies in chapter 4, that's right. Okay, and then here's where this deviates, because I think in chapter 6, the like end of game battle royale, all bets are off thing happens, or whatever you mentioned, and I think the teacher is going to die in that. What did he call it? The C. What did he call it? Oh, I also think you're going to die in Chapter 5. Like, you're going to be erased from Bizarro Saru's mind. Like... Yeah, I think the protagonist is going to die Chapter 6. And then these 4 are the survivors. And the reason I picked these 4 as the survivors is because these 3 are the ones who are, like, physically amputated and stuff, like, not amputated, but has some sort of malady. And I think with cure being in the name, these 3 are going to be integral to the plot. And then you, I just think, is going to survive because you're clearly the dev's favorite. And yeah, that's the tier list. I will see you later. I need to go and edit the video. So I will see you later. Tomorrow, more Xenoblade. So hope you're excited for that. Probably. I might not stream tomorrow. It depends on how long the Smash tournament goes, actually. So I will see you tomorrow or Monday. Goodbye.